residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering Major League service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Not qualified. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
We are 10 days out from the college football season, 21 days from NFL kickoff. Football ain't back, but I can see it right around the corner.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good heap. It is theoretically speaking. Today, Wednesday, August 19th. And I'm seeing clips. I'm seeing clips of A.J. Brown running routes against Quinyon Mitchell. No, not at an Eagles practice, but at an Eagles v. Patriots practice. How in the world did we get blessed with this in the preseason? Those NFL schedule makers making it happen early on here.
Mike North, friend of show.
Mike North is your guy. Mike North is your guy there. And Mike North, I will say, man, between the preseason kicking off with the Cardinals and the Raiders, so we get a look at Jeremiah Love and Fernando Mendoza, getting early sights on a guy like Ty Simpson and whatnot. And then this, giving us shared practices between the Patriots and Eagles in the midst of a ramp up to the NFL season and exhibition time. Gotta love it. Gotta love that football. Seems like they never get things wrong. We got a full house today. On the other side of the glass, on the ones and twos, Damian Perez is in the house I would say, in replacement of Colin Russo. But Damian.
In addition
to Colin Russo, this is the first time we've ever done it like this. What's up, Damian?
This is the first time this trio's on, theoretically speaking, at least.
What up, Colin?
Hey, I'm in the normal seat that I usually sit in.
When I saw Damian in the studio in the production room today,
10 seconds into the show, the big production issue that probably I would have dealt with the same thing. But since Damian's behind the glass today, it's Damian's fault. Yeah, that was great. It was definitely something nothing to do with Damian.
Right.
But that's why it's great. See, Damian takes the brunt of that fault.
It's way easier to watch it from this side. Whenever something weird happens in the production angle, and you're just sitting here and you're looking through the glass, you're like, man, I hope that gets figured out. But no,
You're
Damian
watching us scramble and panic.
Yeah, Damian, the consummate professional, making it shake there. I'll say, man, the one dull part of this part of the year is we're so close to the football games, the real football games, that you can feel them. You can see the tension in the practices. You can see the headlines and the random things popping up that make no sense other than the fact that people are ready to start playing games that count. The downside to this, though, more than anything, is these debilitating injuries that I've been seeing left and right. The Texans just lost Jaden Higgins. We saw
they never get lucky with their receiver injuries.
Oh my goodness!
Every year there's always somebody going down.
And I forget even they had when they had Stephon Diggs, they lost him mid-season,
and they lost Tank Dell for 2 years,
multiple times.
Yep.
So they're down Jaden Higgins, trying to see who can come back and replace him. I see this the Chargers' whole storyline last year was offensive line injuries derailed everything. Give Herbert a pass; he'll be better next year. What do we learn here in camp? There's center out for the season. Tyler Biadasz.
Biadasz is out? Oh, he's a Wisconsin guy.
Oh, that's a Wisconsin guy. I didn't know.
Wow. Okay. Really? Yeah. So Biadasz is out for the whole year. He's good at center. He was on the Cowboys for a while.
Yeah. So he done for the year as well. And we've seen a bunch of them. We saw the Falcons lose a pass rusher. We saw the Panthers get things kicked off, losing a pass rusher for the year. So at this point, it's like if I am an NFL team, especially one with any hopes of winning a championship, making the playoffs, doing anything of substance, everybody's in bubble wrap till the season kicks off.
So you're one of those?
I'd rather lose week one.
I'm actually in favor of teams playing. And the thing is, this is in practice, right? There's nothing you can do about it. You got to play full contact. You got to do it. I think the nature of the beast is every single year we'll always come back and say at some point in week 2 or 3 when there's a number of season-ending injuries, and we'll come back and say the NFL is an injury problem.
Yeah.
The turf fields need to change. The concussion problem's too much. Guys are diving at the legs, hip drop tackles, whatever you want to draw it up as, whatever we see will be the main story. It will happen. Probably a month and a half's time.
Yeah.
We will be having these conversations. This is just how it goes. It's unfortunate, and it's a shame, but you get a sense of who's been training on turf and who hasn't been, and then all of a sudden when they come back and they got all this muscle and speed, but they haven't necessarily done football stuff like that, they come in and get hurt. And sometimes it's bad luck, and sometimes it's bad injury management.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
You're going to continue to see this, but I am in favor. You got to play the starters once, because then we're going to get into week 1 and 2, and then the holds, the false starts.
It's always ugly. It's ugly.
The bad interceptions. I mean, you're right. The word is ugly.
Yeah.
And we're going to see that, especially with the offensive lines. The offensive line's got to play full speed.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be, and again, I still, even when I saw a lot of preseason week 1, which again, I shouldn't have, the
skill positions are usually fine. It's really the front and back of the lines.
So many holding calls. So many holding calls. So many false starts and whatnot.
Illegal motions and stuff like that. All that crap.
All of it. Just the pre-snap, the foundational issues with offenses. They try to get stuff together here. So, again, that's the ugly side of it all. But the beauty of it all is, as I said earlier, 21 days out from the kickoff of the NFL season with Patriots v. Seahawks, a Super Bowl rematch, and 10 days out from the kickoff of the college football season, which, I mean, if you can call it, I mean, this week, is it week 0 still? They still call it that?
Well, next week is week 0. Since there's only 15 or so teams playing, 16 teams they're not playing.
Of the 15 or so teams that are playing in week 0, of course, you're going to have Florida State, which is of note for people down this way.
Who do they got week 1, week 0?
New Mexico State.
Yeah, that's right. It's a bad game. The good game I'm keeping an eye on is NC State versus Virginia. That's actually North Carolina TCU last year we thought would be a big game. North Carolina stunk.
Yeah.
NC State, Virginia. Remember, Virginia's coming off an ACC championship appearance.
Yeah. And
NC State's got CJ Bailey, who is a Miami kid, and has stayed there all 4 years and has been a good player for them.
And they're always better than people anticipate before the season.
Good coach.
And the another game, and we had this one, I want to say 2 years ago to start the season off, if not last year, is a noon kickoff on Saturday, 10 days from now, North Carolina v. TCU.
That was one of the first week's game.
Was it last year or 2 years ago?
Because it was Josh Hoover versus Gio. It was Bill Belichick's first game.
Why does it feel like this is his 3rd year at North Carolina?
2nd year.
This is year 2 for Bill Belichick.
Yep, year 2. And then Gio Paez, the quarterback was.
Yeah.
And I remember because I watched the game.
First drive was crazy.
Right. It was great. It was a scripted drive. You thought North Carolina was going to the promised land, and they get boat raced by TCU and Josh Hoover.
I embarrassingly put like $5 live down on that game after that first drive. I said, man, Bill Belichick still got it. He's out to prove something. North Carolina's going to be a force.
Yeah, I'm not dying for that game. That game's in Ireland. I believe that's the Irish game.
Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah, that game will be 5 hours ahead, so it'll be a 5 p.m. local time.
And for North Carolina, the reason why I bring this up and start this off, the Athletic, as papers and outlets tend to do at this time of the year, they put out a tiers list, and the tiers that they went over were college football coaching tiers. So they took all of the college football coaches for FBS, they put them in the tiers and ranked them. And I thought the list was actually pretty fair, especially except for like one portion of it I didn't like, which we'll go over. I thought it was pretty fair, but there's 8 different tiers of head coaches, and it's based on
a lot of tiers.
It's a lot of tiers. I mean, it's a lot of coaches. It's college football. It's a lot of coaches based on championships, based on recent success, based on recruiting, based on program stability.
This is all hundreds of coaches, or is this a expedited list? How many?
No, it's all of the coaches. All of the coaches are here.
So can I define? Do you have the number in front of you of how many tier 1s there are?
Here, let me see. Oh yeah, I have tier 1 in front of me.
All right, but I'm curious about how many coaches they view as tier 1. But I guess
that's what I'm saying. I have the list. Hold on, let me go back and grab it. I have
number is what I was curious about.
The number of coaches in tier 1.
Yeah. How many tier 1 coaches do they view?
2.
2.
You know what? Let's play this game. I wish I had some. Let's see. Let me give it right here. Let's see if you can guess the tier 1 coaches, and then maybe I'll do a little bit of tier 2. Tier 2 is a little bit thicker than I would like it to be.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a quick, before we even get into this, the reason why I was bringing up Bill Belichick, out of the 8 tiers, what tier do you think Bill Belichick fell into after that first year at UNC that went horrendously wrong? But he's Bill Belichick.
6? Too high?
Number 7.
7. Wow. Who the heck is Norvell an 8?
Wait. Let me give you the tier 7 teams, by the way, because this has some local flair to it. Number 1, Scott Abel with Rice.
Yeah.
Shout out Houston. Shout out Houston, Texas. We in there. So you are in the same tier as Hall of Fame football coach Bill Belichick. Eddie George is at Bowling Green.
Oh, is he really?
Eddie George. He used to be at Tennessee State. Eddie George, obviously a Hall of Fame running back from the NFL. He's at Bowling Green now, and he's a tier 7 coach right alongside Bill Belichick. Tony Gibson at Marshall.
Yeah.
Don't you like Tony Gibson? Was you a Tony Gibson guy?
I don't know. I've never met Tony Gibson.
Okay. I'm associating you. Random college football and basketball coaches. Sometimes you just have a thing for.
I know who he is. I've never met him though.
Here's the one I like the most that's in this tier. Alongside Bill Belichick, a peer of Bill Belichick, Florida Atlantic University's very own Zach Kidley.
Well, I believe this is his 3rd year at FAU. I believe he's still the youngest FBS coach.
Should be. Isn't he like 34?
Yeah, no, I 36 now. I think he started at 34, 33, and I think he's now 36. But I believe he's still the youngest coach in FBS.
So that's what tier 7 looks like. Those are just some of the names. That's what I mean. They took all of the FBS coaches
All right,
involved.
so Bill Belichick's hanging around with the bottom feeders.
Yes.
But, all right, so there's 2 coaches you said in tier 1?
2 coaches in tier 1 of college football right now. If you had to guess.
Think about it. The active national championship winners are Kirby Smart, Kurt Cignetti, and Ryan Day. So they're cutting one of them out.
Yeah.
I hit two of the 3 are those 3, correct?
Yeah. I thought you were
Kirby's in it. Kirby's 1,000. So I'm deciding between Cignetti and Day.
Yeah.
Is Cignetti the odd man out? They have Ryan Day out. They have Ohio State's Ryan Day behind Kurt Cignetti.
Do you know how incensed Mike Rizzo is about to be? I don't know if he cares at all about these preseason college football tierings that the Athletic is doing.
What's the reasoning? You got 3 active coaches who have won national championships.
Yeah. If I'm reading this correctly.
Is that not just the most obvious? Put 3 up there. Harbaugh's gone. Saban's gone. Oh, Dabo. I should say Dabo.
Dabo, yeah. Well, I mean, you don't think of him.
Dabo's still there.
Yeah.
But outside of that, a lot of these guys are they're out of town.
Look, let's look at it. I'm going to go to some of the article again. This is The Athletic that put this out. This is Chris Vanini, who's a very established writer. It's not like he's just shooting from the hip here, like Dan Orlovsky did with that random quarterback attributes article. This is real stuff right here. He says Kirk Cignetti unfathomably took Indiana to a national championship and consecutive playoff appearances. He's never had a losing season in 15 years as a head coach.
You can't count the James Madison.
Again,
what? Never had a losing season. Has Ryan Day had a losing season at Ohio State? It's a lot harder to not have a losing season there.
Doesn't losing to Michigan count as a losing season for Ohio State?
Probably.
That's how they act.
So what else?
11 top 25 finishes, 9 of which came below the FBS level. That's in parentheses, by the way. 9 of his 11 came below the FBS level.
Right.
And it says since winning consecutive, that was in favor of Kurt Cignetti. And then for Kirby Smart, obviously you don't have to talk about his.
Yeah, Kirby's tier 1. There's no doubt.
Here's what he says about Ryan Day. And Ryan Day is in tier 2. And I'm going to see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Won a championship.
6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 coaches in tier 2.
18 months ago? 19 months ago?
There's 10 coaches in tier 2. I think there's too many coaches. They should have broke it up.
I agree. Day's won a title. He should be in that big tier with everybody else. But go ahead.
It says Ryan Day has the national championship, but he's not in the top tier because Ohio State's expectations and resources are so high.
What is Kurt Signetti nickel and diming his way through Indiana with Mark Cuban budget?
He's the first to do it, though. He's the first to do it.
I understand.
So it's not like there's a precedent's been set.
What, Kirby is, is he broke at Georgia?
There's a precedent. Because, again, before Kirby Smart, it wasn't working out at Georgia. Remember Mark Richt, came and went.
There's no doubt. Yeah, I understand. Kirby, I have no problem. I'm just proving a point.
Yeah.
Every school you're going to list in Tier 1 and 2 has resources. So let's just get that out of the way.
I guess the issue is it's almost like the issue is not necessarily that Ryan Day is bad or being, discounted. It is almost like Ohio State, the institution, the program is being overvalued.
Yes, okay.
Because other guys were winning before him.
And listen, there's something to that. He is at a winning program from Hayes to Meyer to here we are.
Tressel.
Guys,
they all
Tressel,
win. Everybody wins there.
They win there. But he has won there. So I don't know why he is being held back in any regard because he's winning at a school that, sure, he should win at, but he has won at. And he's been great every year at.
Maybe the bar is so high. Because, imagine if Kalen DeBoer did win. Because Kalen DeBoer's in Tier 2 with Ryan Day. That's disrespectful.
And I like DeBoer, but the thing about DeBoer is they're going to count the Washington stuff.
Yeah, which counts.
It absolutely counts. He's a great coach at Washington. He went to a national championship. I'd actually be okay with that because I think the criteria for a Tier 2 coach should be a playoff run.
Yeah.
You have a playoff run. I understand 4-team versus 12 teams is a lot different. But, listen, I don't love DeBoer. I wouldn't hate that because Tier 1 should be the championship level coaches, winning coaches. And the Tier 2 coaches should be the guys who have recently, last 4 years, have made a run.
So does Dabo Swinney belong in Tier 1?
Not Tier 1.
He fell from favor, I believe.
No, definitely not Tier 1.
He's in Tier 2.
I'd be okay with Tier 2. He is in Tier 2?
He's in Tier 2.
I have no problem with that.
My only issue with Tier 2, I think it's too robust. There's 10 coaches in Tier 2. 10 coaches in Tier 2.
Let me figure this out. Dabo's in it.
Yep.
Ryan Day's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Kalen DeBoer, you said, was in it.
Yep.
Okay. Marcus Freeman's probably in it.
Got him.
All right. So Marcus Freeman's in it. Mario Cristobal.
Yeah. He moved up from Tier 3 last year. You're shaking
he
your
made
head.
a run. He made a run.
He made a run. He made the deepest run.
So you made a run.
Yeah.
Because of that, you got to swallow your pride and deal with that. No problem.
Why is that? Why are we taking our medicine by putting Mario Cristobal in Tier 2?
Fine. I can live with that. There's no problem. All right. Outside of that, we're running out of coaches.
There's some surprise names in here.
Are there? Okay. So,
but think about coaches that recently made a run. Just recently made a run.
Just
Final
recently
Four.
made a run. Penn State?
Last few years.
Penn State?
So
James Franklin?
James Franklin's there.
Guy got fired last year, isn't it?
Yeah, he got fired into Tier 2.
The thing is my criteria is made a run.
Yeah.
He made a run. I don't know how deep we take that, but he made a run.
He made a run all the way.
Do not tell me that Lane Kiffin's on Tier 2. What a joke.
Lane Kiffin!
What a joke.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Well, he's good for college football.
It doesn't matter if he's good for college football,
Yeah, he's
dude.
fun.
He's fun. It doesn't matter if you're good for college football.
Hey, he made a run last year.
He did not make a run last year.
He made a run.
He did not make a run last year.
He made a run to Baton Rouge.
What an asinine addition to the Tier 2s.
While the team he built made a run to the semifinal.
What a joke.
Okay.
Lane Kiffin's in Tier 2 of college football coaches alongside Ryan Day, Marcus Freeman, and so on and so forth.
In fact, last year, Lane Kiffin was in Tier 3. He did so well this past season.
God.
He moved up to Tier 2, and he got a better job.
Dude. Who did they lose to last year? They lost to Georgia, I believe, on the road. They played well.
Yeah.
And they had another bad loss.
I think it was Kentucky. I'd have to go back and look. I forget.
It wasn't terrible. But the year before that, they had 3 losses, and they had the best 3-loss resume of them versus South Carolina.
Kentucky was one of their losses the year before that. It was an ugly
them, South Carolina, and Alabama.
Yeah.
Ole Miss was the one who beat South Carolina. Whatever.
Right.
Point is, there's no playoff run that is attributed to his name. None. He made a postseason. He made the playoff. No, don't say it.
So he has no playoff wins.
He put together a roster that made a playoff run without him.
He made those guys. He inspired those guys with his departure as well.
I mean,
he without Lane Kiffin, that doesn't happen.
When Steve Fisher took over the 1990 Michigan basketball team, when Bill Frieder went and took the Arizona State job.
Yeah.
Did Steve Fisher get that college basketball championship?
Did he coach any of the games?
He didn't coach none of the 6 games.
No. Lane Kiffin.
So where do you draw in the line? He didn't coach any of the college football games.
So back in 1990, did he coach the regular season?
No, this is a Michigan team that made a final run.
He coached the regular season. Or did he
coached the whole regular season,
yeah.
and then when the season, that's how he literally what Lane Kiffin did. And he left, and Steve Fisher took over and took.
It's different. You know what? It's a little different in March Madness. Those games are a little bit more. Those games are a little bit more meaningful and difficult. Let's not forget that Ole Miss opened up their run against Tulane.
Fine, but they have extremely validating win against Georgia.
Yeah.
That validated their whole run. I know they were close, and they led Miami with 2 minutes to go. Give them credit for that.
I was there. It was
an
impressive.
Excellent game.
It was
Ole
impressive.
Miss had that game as close as Miami did.
Now, I will say this. Miami dropped like 5 interceptions. That game should have been a blowout.
But
that was Miami playing with his food.
Well, the defense was killing them. But then Trinidad Chambliss made an unbelievable drive at the end of the game to take the lead.
So who should be more disrespected by this than Ryan Day being grouped with these other coaches, like with the Lane Kiffins of the world in Tier 2?
All right, so
it's 10. I'm sorry. So the names you didn't get to in Tier 2, we got Mario Cristobal, Ryan Day, Kalen DeBoer, James Franklin, Marcus Freeman, Lane Kiffin, Dan Lanning, who you would have probably gotten to, Steve Sarkisian, Dabo Sweeney, and the one that I think is kind of up in the air, Kyle Whittingham at Michigan.
Kyle Whittingham?
Kyle Whittingham. That's where I think that's why I think you had to break up Tier 2. Now
he's been a good coach for them, but he hasn't been to a playoff.
Hasn't done a run. We'll get back to this list because I want to break up Tier 2. I want to split this in half, do the haves and have-nots of Tier 2 here from Chris Vanini's college football coaching tiering. But we do have a guest that's joining us here on the other side, Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. We do want to make some time for the Don of ESPN West Palm, as he is called. So we'll get to that on the other side here on the Baptist Health Hotline. That is Colin Russo. Damian Perez on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. It's a full house, and we're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill & Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill & Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
The Baptist Health Hotline always open to the good people to join the show. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. We're going to go over these college football coaching tier lists. Maybe you'll feel like a guy either snubbed or deserved to be dropped down further based on what they've done so far. We'll revisit that. But again, the Baptist Health Hotline. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. So get back to the life and the activities that you love and learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care with Baptist Health. We now interrupt our Wednesday programming with the only quarterback that could make the quarterback battle in Cleveland even more depressing, and that is our guy, Mr. Ocho himself, Evan Cohen.
Lil Wayne told me something interesting yesterday that I did not know.
As if 4 hours every morning wasn't unsportsmanlike enough.
Okay, welcome.
He's the defender of Chapel Hill Bill.
Brutal.
Udonis Haslam's #1 fan.
I do it because I want to.
And currently appealing a restraining order from Drake May.
What are we even doing here?
From the Evan Cohen Studios.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen.
Time now for your afternoon dose of EvCo Radio.
3, 2, 1, okay.
Presented by Nobody.
I thought we would have had that fixed by now. It's a Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you, Evan. And no first take today, so we're getting T-shirt, Evan, not suit and tie, Evan.
Tomorrow I'll be on first take.
Okay.
It seemed like some of the members of the starting crew were back today. Maybe just for a little bit before a little shoulder situation going on. Shoulder surgery could keep somebody, rotator cuff could keep somebody out. So maybe there's some more reps in my future. We'll see. Been on a bunch recently. Weird. Theo, you have a second person with you today. Normally that person is on vacation. From what I know.
Yeah, you can see him.
Good.
It's Colin Russo right there.
It's funny. Yeah, I'm back.
A lot of vacation days. Huh? A lot of vacation days, huh?
Am
I right?
So you feel it because I'm strategic about it. Very strategic. I was not strategic about Norway. That is a bridge, ship that has sailed. But everything else, highly strategic, and just people feel it. Listen. There's a Colin Russo-sized gap at the station, and let's just say it's not a small one. All right, so that's what happens.
Right.
Go ahead, Evan. How are you? You good?
I'm okay. Yeah, no, everything's good. I'm actually nervous because normally when I come on the show with you guys, we just talk, we have fun. Theo gave me homework, which I don't know that I'm going to be successful at. Theo sent me a text, and I'm like, I have work to do for this?
No.
What did he tell you to do?
Work. I'm not going to steal Theo's thunder on his game plan.
No.
What'd you sign, Evan?
So here's the thing, because yesterday on Unsportsmanlike, Chris Canty had a very astute point, which I took a liking to because I thought it was very fit for this market here at ESPN West Palm. Damien, do we have the Canty? See if you have it from yesterday. Damien will pull it up. But they were talking about how desolate the Dolphins franchise is looking like entering 2026. And in parallel to how promising and optimistic everybody feels about the Miami Hurricanes, not just based on how they can compete for a college football national championship this year, but also they got a lot of guys on that roster that are expected to be some pretty great pros here in the near future. So
yeah, I just one quick add-on though, Theo, before you play the audio, just to even further the setup. So we do something, all of the ESPN radio shows, two-a-days, where you preview the two NFL teams, and every single show has the same two teams. And I'm doing this setup because I do feel like I need justification to explain why we were talking about the Miami Dolphins on a national platform, because unfortunately, nationally, they are as irrelevant as any NFL team that there is from a national perspective. I hate doing this to the great fans of South Florida, but that's why we even mentioned the Dolphins yesterday.
Right. And the fact that in mentioning the Dolphins, the Miami Hurricanes come up, it almost it proves the point,
Correct.
right? Like no other team.
Yeah.
No other team would do that. I don't think we have the sound necessarily ready, but Canty propositioned that, what do you say, 3 years or 4 years from now?
No, here's what he said. So if you do a draft, hypothetically, of in 3 years, the best potential pro players or pro prospects, how many guys, if you're doing a draft, like the top of the draft, would have more Canes or Dolphins?
Right.
Because the whole point is, if you take Darian Mensah, like next 5 to 7 years, would you rather have Darian Mensah as a pro team? Would you rather have Darian Mensah or Malik Willis? I'd say Darian Mensah.
Yeah, the upside. Yeah.
Colin?
I probably would agree. Yes.
Okay.
I think Mensah's going to be a very good player. I think he'll be a top 10 pick for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it was like, all right, well, what about
Malachi Tony or Caleb Douglas?
Well, you don't even have to go that route. Do the Dolphins have anybody that you would say is going to be a better NFL player the next 5 years than Malachi Tony? I don't think the answer is yes to that.
Well,
HN.
I was going to say HN would be the only one that I would give credit for. The only issue is HN plays a position where in 4 years, I'm not sure how much, how high his value is around the league versus a guy like Malachi Tony, who last year was supposed to be a high school senior and all he did was lead college football in reception. So
he's unbelievable.
He's going to be definitely one of the better pros. And then the Miami Hurricanes have a plethora of guys on both sides of the line of scrimmage that people probably don't know by name value, but I guarantee you pro scouts are looking at. And in the defensive backfield, it was correct. It wasn't disparaging of the Dolphins. I think that it was more so respectful of what the Miami Hurricanes are and what Cristobal has built so far.
It's a total knock to the Dolphins.
It's not a knock.
That's a total knock.
They're young and unproven.
Whoa. Theo, wait a second. I assumed the reason for the setup for this was to ultimately knock the Dolphins. Wait, that wasn't part of this?
This is praising the Canes.
Of course, because, wait a second.
This is not a pro-Miami. You could say in a bunch of different ways that Miami's got a great roster, pro-level roster. Saying that they are more talented in a number of ways.
That's not what he said.
That's what Evan just said. You
Not
talk about
more
the more talented. Yes, you talk about the talent.
No, I'm not saying playing head-to-head.
Not right now.
That's
They get whooped.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the head-to-head.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you were going to draft a futures draft on prospects, the Canes have better prospects than the Dolphins do. And you can't, and here's the thing, you can't just sit there and say, well, of course they do, they're younger. Like, I don't think if you're doing that same draft, let's just say with the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Florida Gators, I think the Tampa Bay Bucks have way more guys that you want over the next 3 to 5 years than the Gators do, right? I think that is a complete knock on the Dolphins. How can you take that as anything but a knock on the Dolphins?
It's a total knock.
Well, the reason I wouldn't take it as a knock on the Dolphins is because it's a new regime who clearly cleaned house of a lot of the talent that they had, and they're telling everybody they're not quote-unquote rebuilding, but they are putting out a lot of unproven young players and trying to see what they have. It's not a knock on them. It's just they're a huge question mark, and the Canes have a lot of guys that don't have question marks. They've got pro grades next to their names.
They have question marks because they're college players, not pro players. There's no correlation that Malachi Tony is going to be a great pro. We know he's a great college player.
Well,
there's no correlation he can be a great pro.
It's gonna be. I would be very shocked. I'll be very shocked.
Something would have to go completely wrong for Malachi Tony to not be a contributor at the highest of levels.
Allow me to put it this way. So compare it to some of the top teams. You want to talk about, all right, well, maybe top-end prospect is one thing. How many pros? The question that Chris Canty eventually asked was, how many pros are going to be on the Dolphins versus are currently on the pros 5 years down the line, right? So all those guys expunge all their eligibility. How many are there going to be? To put it into perspective, the 2019 LSU Tigers had 14 players drafted that year and eventually 20 total NFL players on that roster.
Yeah.
which is a lot.
That's a lot.
The most first-round picks ever on a team was Georgia in 2022, and the most first-round picks ever on a roster was Miami in 2001, where they had 17 eventual and 38 pros on that team.
Yeah.
Well, Colin, the comp in this case would actually be, and it's a weird comp, but it's 2019 LSU pros now versus 2019 New Orleans Saints pros now. That's kind of how we ended up doing it because we were stretching, trying to figure out a way of talking about the Dolphins that would interest anyone nationally.
That's a 7-year difference comparatively to a 5-year difference. I understand your point. You're talking about, Breeze, Kamara, Michael Thomas, Cam Jordan versus Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow. And that's also to say that you think the Miami team is even close, pales in comparison to what 2019 LSU was, which is probably the best college team since 2001 Miami.
Nobody's going to 2019 LSU. But I think the other part that Canty was bringing up on our show that I know, Theo, you took note of is the whole concept of, that may have been our first take. I don't know. One of the no big deal. One of the shows that Canty and I did together over the last couple of days was that he believes that the Miami trio of quarterback, wide receiver, running back, so that's obviously Darian Mensah, Malachi Toney, and Mark Walter, are what?
Mark Fletcher.
Walter's the guy that
about to get buried underneath the jail for fraud and embezzlement. But go ahead.
I've been so into that story.
Evan, we could do that. I'm on top of it too.
What's wrong with Los Angeles sports right now? There's so much wrong with Los Angeles sports.
You got a guy who owns every business entity around Los Angeles and a number of different sports leagues trying to. It's a margin call. If you ever saw the movie during the 2008 financial crisis, they have all this bad stock and they need to get cash rich quickly. That's what he needs to do. He owes $7 billion in 90 days.
Plugging holes in the dam.
That's not exactly what it is, actually. That's not what it is, as a matter of fact.
What do you feel it is then with Mark Walter?
I'll come back to that in a second.
Yeah.
Okay. So, maybe Colin and I are saying the same things, but just wording it differently. So let me come back to that. Canty's point on what you were previously asking about is the trio of Mensah, Toney, and Fletcher as the best quarterback, wide receiver, running back trio in college football.
Yeah.
That was his big theme around Miami. And he said he would take them over the Ohio State trio, and he would take them over anybody else that anybody wants to throw out there. Yeah. That was his big praise for Miami. That they may have the best quarterback, wide receiver, running back trio in America. Yeah, you guys agree with it? Is there anybody that jumps out at you?
I would take the Ohio State one over. I would.
Who's starting back for Ohio State?
It's got Bo Jackson. Right? So here's what you do. Who's a good player last year? Here's what you do. Rank them 1 through 6.
No.
Jeremiah Smith's number 1. And if you could say whatever you want, Julian Sands number 2. The guy was in New York last year. Be fair.
Julian Sands number 2?
Be fair. Julian Sands. Keep in mind, Tulane beat Duke last year. Be fair.
It was Duke.
But he was in New York. He was in New York.
It was Darian Mensah at Duke.
Mensah with Miami. Think about it this way. Carson Beck was on Georgia, and the best version of Carson Beck was with Miami.
I get that.
Cam Ward was on Washington State, which is not a power, but it's still a credible team. Best version of him on Miami. My assumption is Mensah, who was awesome last year, the best version of him will be on Miami. So let's see this version versus Julian Sands.
Right, but that's also to say that saying another year in the system won't do him any good.
He'll be good. He'll be good.
So as it stands,
Sands not in the same system. What are you talking about? They have a new offensive coordinator. Arthur Smith is in, and Brian Hartline is at USF.
I understand all that. They are still going to be running a lot of the same things that they always do because it has worked. Sand is 2, Smith is 1.
Way.
Then you do the 3 Miami guys, then you do Jackson. Would you rather have 2 and 6 or 1, 3, 4, or 1 and 3, 4?
I think we have to pump the brakes on the quarterback.
Colin would take Ohio State. Theo, is there anybody you would take over Miami in their big 3?
The only one that also would be in contention would be Texas, but I would still take Miami over them. Texas with Arch Manning, Cam Coleman, and who's their starting running back this year?
He's the returning kid. Is it Cooper? I can't remember his name, but yes.
Not Derek Cooper. Derek Cooper just got there because he was at Chaminade last year. He's a true freshman. They do have a good running back, I'm sure, at UT starting. But again, Mark Fletcher is a guy who broke the college football playoff wide open last year on the biggest stage. We saw Julian Sands in the CFB playoff only amount to 2 scoring drives against that Miami defense with Jeremiah Smith and number 4 overall pick Carnell Tate and Max Clare, who went in the 3rd round to the Rams in this great system that you said.
One of them was in New York, one of them wasn't.
And threw a pick six. Threw a pick 6 that ended the game.
I get that. And he was also. I get it, and they're the same
all right,
age.
You know who else? You know who won a national championship in college? J.J. McCarthy.
Well, J.J. McCarthy was never invited to New York. New York Heisman consideration is a different level.
Him being invited to, all right, so who was the best player on that offense last year for Ohio State? Him being invited to New York had more to do with the fact that he was throwing it to Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, and less to do with the fact that he was one of the top 3 players in the nation.
Easy schedule, but he had a good year for what it's worth.
That's fine.
It fell apart against Indiana, fine. But we are talking about somebody who was invited and Heisman consideration versus somebody who lost 5 games last year. And I love Mensa.
At Duke.
I love Mensa.
You're comparing Mensa at Duke to Julian Sand
They lost to Tulane.
throwing the ball to the literal greatest generational prospect we've ever seen at wide receiver.
They lost.
I think, okay, hold on a second. I don't think you can solely do it based on last year. I think listen, I'll split the difference and say it this way. If Colin wants to use the Ohio State 3 guys and say, look at them in that uniform for that team running it back, fine. If Theo wants to say, I saw Mensa at Duke, now I multiply the Miami version of him, and I think he tops Julian Sand, that is a completely reasonable statement. And it is, I think, you may think this is nuts, Colin. I think that Theo saying, I think Mensa is in New York, is Mensa in New York more likely for the first time than Sand for the second time? I think that's totally fair.
Yeah. Mensa has a clear shot to be out there.
Hypothetical at that point, but I understand.
Yeah.
I would base it off of last year.
How do you want to talk about college football this year if it's not hypothetical?
Well, what I saw last year, all 6 of these players played last year. These aren't random people.
What is the U?
We're not allowed to project.
The U has found a market in the quarterback that's already pretty good to really good and making them great for them. Like whatever Miami's been doing, and it probably stems a lot of it from Mario Cristobal as an O-line guy being able to protect the quarterback. Francis Mauinoa last year, a top 10 pick. The other guy who's 6'9", 400 pounds, whatever his name, the right tackle or left tackle.
Jackson Cantwell.
Yeah, I mean, they have enormous people up there.
I was trying to find the Heisman odds. Oh, the Heisman odds that we have here. Darian Mensa plus 1,000, Julian Sand plus 1,300.
And
so not to say that Vegas always gets it right.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Who was your favorite last year? Was Manning coming in?
I think.
Where was he in New York?
By the way, I don't think either of these guys are going to win the Heisman. If you said to me right now, I'd take Trinidad Chambliss to win the Heisman.
Wow. I think he's going to lose week 1. I think Louisville got their number. I think Louisville
that's a very good matchup.
Louisville going to put on for the ACC. That's my most important.
You got to be careful with the look-ahead game. They cannot take anything for granted. They're going to be thinking about that LSU game too much.
Jeff Brom is a giant killer, and my number 1 game of that college football opening weekend is Louisville getting Ole Miss
Sunday
and putting
game,
on for the ACC.
Too.
Yep. Prime time.
It is.
Prime time.
Yes.
While Wisconsin's playing
Give me the Brominators.
Turn that one off.
Won't be on bar mitzvah in my house.
Savvy scheduling by him.
You're always
right.
Yeah, this guy's always hosting. So how is it?
No, not at my house. I'm not having it at my house.
You go to a temple. You do the ceremony at the temple, and then you go to like an event center.
A venue.
You said at your house.
I meant with my
your household.
Sorry.
Okay.
My son's bar mitzvah.
Have you ever been to those?
A bar mitzvah?
Yeah.
I've been to 0 bar mitzvahs.
Good time.
Yeah.
Under a fun.
Yeah, how many bar mitzvahs have you been to?
The temple thing can drag, and I'm not Jewish. I don't know. But
of course it can drag. If it's not your religion, you don't know what's going on.
They just sing the song. They get the same song. They keep going. They don't stop.
They don't stop. Colin,
There's traditions.
I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out right now. Quit while you're ahead on this. Not the market to do this in.
I'm not. I loved it. I had a great time. The Fishman's bar mitzvah. They'll tell you the Fishmans, Ben, David, Isaac, the whole group. They were great. I've been to 2 of them. It was amazing.
Oh my goodness! I went to a lot of quinceañeras growing up.
Connecticut. I'm telling you all about it.
I've been to quinceañeras growing up, but I haven't been to a bar mitzvah. I'm trying to think of
No, it's the same kind of celebration of the young
same
kid,
age
right?
too, right?
Exactly.
Around the same age, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
But I grew up in Houston. That's the difference. I grew up in Houston, so. Huh?
Quinceañera is 14.
Quinceañera, I think it's
15.
like. I think it's 13? 15. 15, okay,
15. And I think you do a bar mitzvah when you're 13.
Yeah.
Quinceañera. Oh, that makes sense.
I think you do a bar mitzvah when you're 13.
Yeah, there it is, yeah. Well, ask Evan. Evan,
did you have a bar mitzvah? Do you have fond memories of your bar mitzvah?
You know what's amazing? I seem to be the only one that understands both Hebrew and Spanish here, and somehow you guys couldn't figure out that quinceañera would be the 15.
We did figure it out. Give
It
us a little
took
credit.
you long
It's been a
enough.
while.
So
I kept
Damian
saying
Prez, who is a Spanish speaker behind the
Yeah, we
glass,
appreciate
he
it.
helped us out,
Yeah.
but we did figure it
I
out.
think Damian has a newfound respect for me that I was able to pick up on that quickly. Yo conozco español, pero está aquí no.
Conozco is knowing somebody by person. Sabes is knowing somebody, knowing an
that
information by piece of
Well,
information.
then why the hell did you?
Damian, am I right or am I wrong? Give me something.
That
else.
backfired.
Yeah.
You actually just made yourself
That
look
backfired.
worse.
You are a phony. You are a
No,
phony.
you're a phony. You're a phony because you know one thing about in Spanish.
Estás no
and
amigo
you don't
para
know
the no amigo
Guys.
para personas de español.
Para
All right,
allí.
guys. The Fortes is down the hall. We do not have to go back and forth on our
Been a while
ball-knowing
since
language.
hanging around
Even though I'm pretty
Julian
impressed.
Zalazar.
I'm pretty impressed. I'm
Wow.
pretty impressed right now.
That's
by the way.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed by both of y'all right now. I told
That's a
Damien this
terrible
before.
job by Evan. That's a terrible job.
You didn't know Quinte. Yeah, stop it. I'm
You're
way
like
better.
14,
Conosco,
12.
like yo Conosco Theo.
Conosco,
I know
you can say,
Theo.
I don't know. I know these guys. Yo Conosco, I know them.
There's
Wait.
two ways to say I know. This is where you got to be around. Deportes we got right here. I'm
Around. Yeah, okay.
So is Sweet 16 the American version of all of these things? Is that what that is?
I've never seen anybody
Well, bar
really make a
mitzvah is
big deal about a
Americanized
16th
too.
birthday.
I mean, so is quinceañera.
I'm just curious.
Sweet 16 would have no additional culture to it or
Yeah.
ethnicity, religion. Quinceañera, bar mitzvah would both be whatever the religion or ethnicity and American simultaneously if it's an American, right? In this case.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So all of this ties into the fact that we think the Miami Hurricanes have better pro prospects right now than the Miami Dolphins, somehow, some way.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Which is, again, I still don't think this is a knock to the Dolphins because they did not construct a roster to compete this year. They constructed a roster to find talent and to re-roll for next year. And I don't care what they say.
Yes, but there is an element to this that you could look at and say TMX is, let's just call it tanking. But on the tanking team, there's a lot of guys that you're going to look at and say, boy, they are good for the future. I don't get the sense the Dolphins have that.
Or the Arizona Cardinals tanking?
To some extent, and I think they have more guys you can envision being good long-term than the Dolphins have.
Yeah.
Right, the Browns have more guys that I can envision being good long-term than the Dolphins do.
Quinshon Judkins, Casey Concepcion, maybe Denzel Boston.
They have drafted a lot of sexy positions. They have a good running back. They drafted 2 receivers. I'll tell
you the best analysis, Colin. I heard of this. You guys know Michael Simon, the celebrity chef on TV, great chef, huge Cleveland sports fan.
Nice.
He comes on with us a couple of months ago. He goes, a huge Cleveland sports fan. He goes, Andrew Berry, the Brown general manager, has been phenomenal at drafting all the positions that don't matter. And
he was great at tight end last year, linebacker,
Mason Graham.
No quarterback
position.
It's clearly very replaceable, and they don't
you're
pay
not
him
wrong.
much.
You're not wrong. Howie Roseman got lucky because they got a good quarterback that they like, and he's very good at drafting those positions as well.
They did just draft a tackle in Spencer Fano, who they hope to be good
out
of
Utah.
Utah.
Mike Rizzo's on at 4. We don't need to break down the Browns' offensive line.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, you go. What are the positions that matter? That's what I would ask you.
Okay, that's a great follow-up.
What are the positions that matter? Tight end.
Theo was big on the running back about 2 weeks ago.
It's best value. It's the best value.
Drove my head in.
It's the best value.
Right for a right-handed quarterback. No, but I have to say right-handed in this case. So quarterback, obviously, left tackle, center, I think really matters.
Yeah.
Tight end, I think really matters.
They drafted a good tight end. Harold Fannin is one of the better tight ends in the league, and he's just coming into his second year.
Here's why I say tight end matters. Give me the top 2 quarterbacks the last 30 years in the NFL.
Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
Mahomes and Brady.
When you think about each of them, who's your number 1 pass catcher that you think about for both of them?
Yeah, Gronk and Kelsey.
We could go through 3 through 9, and we could probably find a bunch of lackluster tight ends around there. No.
Well, Peyton Manning was pretty damn good with Dallas Clark.
Yeah, and then Julius Thomas for a year or two in the later years. Rodgers.
Come on, but Dallas Clark defined.
Rodgers has never been good with a tight end. Rodgers never been good with a tight end.
Yeah, he threw an amazing Hail Mary to one.
Well, that was who? Richard Rodgers, I think.
Yeah.
And then he also had Jared Cook, that great sideline catch against Dallas in the postseason.
He had a nice
Jared Cook was better elsewhere, and go ask Martellus Bennett about Aaron Rodgers. Can't stand him. Loved Brady. Right, Martellus Bennett was there for 5 minutes, couldn't stand Rodgers.
It's a quarterback style thing. It's a quarterback style thing. Yeah, Jimmy Graham the early years of Breeze. I guess Antonio Gates with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, well,
Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger's not. He's sometimes.
Heath Miller. I forgot about Heath Miller.
Like,
he wasn't that great.
Good underrated career.
Yeah.
But he
wasn't a top end talent.
I agree. And this all goes back to the point that I do agree that the tight end is important.
So you think Caleb Williams about to have a hell of a year?
Yes. Great point, Theo. One of the reasons that I like the way that the Bears are building is because they spent a ton of money on the offensive line to protect him, and they got him the safety valve guys in the middle of the field who can help as blockers.
Yeah.
Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet is a great tight end combination. If you said to me right now, I could have the best tight end in the NFL or the best receiver in the NFL, I want the best tight end in the NFL.
So that brings me back to my point with, all right, I don't know if I've gotten your opinion on this yet, and I think I know which way you lean because your football muse leans the same way. But let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders real quick before we let you go. What I saw from Fernando Mendoza last week and what I anticipate I'm going to see tomorrow night is a guy who is ready to start week one and a guy who likely can help you win more than what Kirk Cousins can anyways. Plus, he has the greatest safety valve in the NFL in Brock Bowers, if healthy. I believe.
And Michael Mayer, who I think is another good tight end they have.
Yeah, like a couple of years ago, we thought was going to be one of these next guys at the position, but then Brock Bowers comes in and supplants him and puts him to the number 2 position there. You got a really good running back behind you. You invested in the offensive line, and you have Clint Kubiak. Why not start Fernando Mendoza now? Why are we holding him back? Why do we want the training wheels?
I wouldn't do it.
Why?
I would start him next season.
Oh,
my goal if I'm the Raiders is that Mendoza doesn't take a single snap this year.
I hate that.
It's going to be a Brady's call. Whatever he does, it's going to be Brady's call.
And Brady would prefer that, yeah.
It's not going to be Kubiak.
Well, Brady didn't play year one, right? As we know.
Yeah.
Mahomes didn't play one game.
Yeah, it didn't count. He mostly played
year one.
Yeah.
Right? Roethlisberger,
Roethlisberger played great as rookie. He won 13 games.
Yeah, he balled out.
Hold on. I didn't finish the thought. Was not the intended starter. He beat out Tommy Maddox, if I'm not mistaken. Russell Wilson was not supposed to be the starter. Beat out Matt Flynn. Flacco started over Lamar. There's a lot of examples of the great quarterbacks that go on to play well when they don't start year one. In addition, go look this up. The rookie number 1 overall pick at the quarterback position for the team he was drafted by over the last 10, 20 years in the NFL has had very minimal success.
Kyler Murray.
Let me repeat this because I think there's like nuance this. The number 1 overall pick, quarterback position, drafted by the team that held the pick initially, never has that much success for that team over the last 10, 20 years. So think about it.
All right, so I'll give you the reason why you worded it that way because that means Caleb Williams does not count for the Bears because that was the Panthers
pick.
Their
pick.
Right. Jared Goff doesn't count for the Lions.
They still traded for the pick and got it. You're talking about a team that deservingly was the worst team in the NFL?
The point is deservingly worst team. That's the point.
That's exactly right. When you when you enter into a team as the quarterback, number 1 overall, and that team is so bad that their record garnered them the number 1 overall pick in the draft, that means they're probably not ready for a quarterback.
It's also, here's what I would say too, though, and this is not to discredit your point. It also is disingenuous because in recent memory, I've seen 2 number 2 overall picks in C.J. Stroud and Jaden Daniels make incredible runs as rookies. And it's like, what was the difference between those 2 teams in the year? A coin flip? You know what I'm saying? Like it is a cherry
one overall.
It is a cherry picked stat. You know, like the Texans didn't have the number 1 pick because of a random like Lovie Smith go rogue. I'm going to win this game at the end of the year in spite of my franchise. Like that would have been a difference. They still would have probably got C.J. Stroud at number 1, and we would be talking the same story.
Burrow made a Super Bowl run for what it's worth. I know we're still holding on to it, 5 years down the line, but
yeah, I think that's a fascinating one. Will we look back at the Joe Burrow era in Cincinnati and say it's a success? as it compares to whatever may be next for him.
Yeah, I agree.
just want to
Jared
throw out-
Goff, I believe that was
Not their pick.
They
Not
traded
their
into that pick. Was
That
that
wasn't
not
their
the
pick?
Jeff Fisher last
Tennessee.
year?
Tennessee.
I did not know that. I did not remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but again, here's what I would say though about that.
Colin wants to disprove this so badly. And he can't
Stafford.
do it.
Trevor Lawrence. His guy
Stafford,
Trevor
did you
Lawrence is
double
about
check?
to do it.
Did you double check Stafford?
No, Stafford's
He didn't do
Stafford's
great
had
with
more
the line.
success in his second stop,
Oh,
hasn't he?
Trevor Lawrence
Sure.
with the Jaguars about to prove you wrong.
Trevor
It took
Lawrence-
him a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they like Lawrence, and he's going to be there for a while. So they took
I
him
love
four.
Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, I'm on the record. I believe that Trevor Lawrence, based on all of his skills and his ability, should be the best quarterback in the NFL, but he's not.
Well, you know. Up here, he's got a couple things going on. You know, he's got the Eli Manning gene of you love him and then you hate him.
Yeah.
It's just one of those type of guys.
He can look so great. But again, that's the only reason why I say it's a cherry pick stat. You can make stats and narratives work for you or against you in any way that you want to. But again, the difference between the Texans and the
I'll
Panthers.
do it better for you then, Theo. I'll do it better for you.
Jaden
That
Daniels with the
doesn't-
Commanders.
Troy
Okay,
Aikman.
let me do
Troy
it. Let me
Aikman,
do it.
1989, superb amount of success. What about that?
Yeah. But go, Evan. I got you.
I said in the last 10, 20 years. That's more than 20 years.
Now
The
we're
league is
drawing
different.
lines.
Don't steal away from Colin's childhood memories of watching Troy Aikman. All right.
Just saying.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and by the way, he didn't start right away because Steve Walsh was in the supplemental draft, good friend of mine, and Steve Walsh started. So anyway,
I actually think he played about 9 games that year. I could be wrong.
but he because
they went winless his first year. They went winless.
Eli didn't start the first 9 games. Kurt Warner 5-4 or whatever it was, 4-3, maybe 7 games, whatever.
Yeah.
But wasn't their pick. That was the Chargers pick, as we know. Theo, here's my point. I'll do it better for you, and I'll do it in question form, and so it's not as you said, a cherry picked stat. Okay. Do you believe a number 1 overall pick at the quarterback position is ready to play behind a team that is usually so bad?
Typically, no. Like last year, Cam Ward wasn't necessarily ready because that team also didn't improve year over year. But the difference is I think the Raiders did do enough to improve their team. They do have weapons on their roster. They're not as desolate as the Titans were. And they have a new coaching staff that we believe is more competent than what the Titans had. It's situational. It's clearly going to be situational. But what I saw the Commanders and the Texans do, new coaching regime, improvements through free agency, bring the quarterback in, and instantly start winning is the formula I think the Raiders can try for. I'm not saying they're going to win 10, 12 games and make the championship game, but you can try for, especially when I do believe that today, right here, as things stands, Fernando Mendoza is ready to start, and he's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. We're holding him back for arbitrary reasons right now. Like, do you not believe in him? Do y'all not believe in him? He believes in himself. Do y'all not believe in him? That's my question.
I don't know that I believe in any rookie quarterback game 1 of their rookie season. No.
And I don't think the idea is believing in him. I think the idea might be getting him the experience. One other thing to add on, he's got 5 years, right? Including the last year. The chances are they're going to extend him before the end of it. But those 5 years are very valuable to a team as well. Yeah. I'm not saying to see what they have. They're going to let him play out this contract for them unless he's a complete and colossal disaster. If they're in a position where they think he's ready, he's an older rookie. He wasn't a true junior coming out.
Yeah.
And he's a Heisman Trophy winner, national champion. I get that we can
play
for the
for
principle.
Kirk
And I actually agree with it. I think if the guy's not ready, you could sit him, and he benefits a lot more. And they got Kirk Cousins sitting there, and they could survive 6 games with Kirk Cousins. I mean, it won't be pretty, but they could do it.
He could survive 17 if he's healthy. Like, they just need to navigate their way through a season to make sure Mendoza is ready.
Wasting a year of all these other players'
I think
NFL lives, I don't like. That's my
the
my
big
issue.
problem would be the line. Remember, every single first overall pick gets decimated by the offensive line.
invested in that
Williams.
Why is that?
Burrow doesn't
That's
last.
my point. That's why it's not a cherry pick stat.
That's the one thing.
Why it's not a cherry pick stat.
Lawrence got
Because
killed.
when you're so bad and you earn your way into the number 1 overall pick.
Lawrence walked into an Urban Meyer situation that was a whole lot of things outside of the offensive line, but he got killed his first year as well. It just happens to these guys in their first ever season.
I get it. It's a bit of a risk. But I'm still on the train of start Mendoza today, and let him get those real reps, the real life experiences. Let him hand the ball off 35 times if that's what you want to do, Clint Kubiak. Either way, I think the Raiders are better off for starting the quarterback that has more talent right now. But it's fine. There's a reason why Tom Brady's in charge and not me.
You brought up something about some of these other quarterbacks, Cam Ward, et cetera. One of the other things that I have now kind of honed in on is the concept that I've called the second rookie season. Caleb, year one, disaster coaching. Ben Johnson, second rookie season, kind of.
Yeah.
Drake May, different coach from year one to year two, second rookie season. If you're a Cam Ward believer, I think you lean into that this year because you brought up Cam Ward, right?
Yeah.
Is that first year, Callahan, not a big-time coach, gets let go. Salah's been a head coach before, but mainly Dayball goes in there as the OC. Obviously, better team, you would think. That second rookie season, I used to say that it could be a disaster if you fire your coach after 1 year with a rookie quarterback. Now we're almost seeing it in some ways helping some of these guys, oddly enough. I think there's something to keep an eye on with Cam Ward, that second rookie season concept.
Yeah, and Dayball's the guy that we
and
say
Jackson Dart too, but I don't believe in Jackson Dart like I do Cam Ward.
I mean, another thing to add to that is, like, would you rather have the first-year coach with the first-year quarterback, such as, the Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer experience, or would you rather an experienced
coach? Or Kubiak
coach?
Mendoza, as Theo said.
Yeah, Kubiak Mendoza. Or would you rather get a guy on the way out, or a guy on his way out?
Ryans and Stroud. Wasn't that first year for Commanders coach Dan Quinn,
Dan Quinn, who was an experienced coach.
Worked.
And now he's a new general manager, too.
He was a coach in a Super Bowl. He knows what he's doing.
Well, I'm just saying, first year with that team, though, is what I meant.
Right, yeah. First year with that team. But first year overall is a different story. It's why, regardless of what people say about C.J. Stroud right now, which there's a lot to say, the DeMeco Ryans-C.J. Stroud partnership is maybe the most underrated coach-quarterback partnership in the league, because was C.J. Stroud awful down the stretch last year? Absolutely. Horrifically bad. But look what they've done in 3 years together. And I would say this about C.J. Stroud. There's no quarterback in the league that, if he's just simply good, has a chance to win it all this year. Not great, good. Yeah. If C.J. Stroud is just good, they may win it all this year in Houston.
And that Higgins injury for the year definitely going to hurt, but they got a lot of wide receiver depth behind them. We'll see if they can get healthy. Evan, we overstayed our welcome and our time here. We appreciate the time, as always, on a Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow on First Take.
See you guys.
That is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, ESPN 106.3, 6 to 10 a.m. with Michelle Smallman and the Super Bowl champion Chris Canty. We'll check in with him next week. We'll see him on First Take tomorrow. We have the happy hour on the other side. That is Colin Russo, Damian Perez, and your boy Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Hurricanes football is back at Hard Rock Stadium. The Miami Hurricanes kick off their home schedule Thursday, September 10th against Florida A&M, followed by an action-packed season featuring FSU, Pittsburgh, and Virginia Tech. From season tickets and group outings to luxury suites, there's a game day experience for every fan. Secure your seats today by visiting MiamiHurricanes.com/football. That's MiamiHurricanes.com/football. Go Canes, and we'll see you at Hard Rock Stadium.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen. There are few betrayals in sports worse than the friend watching on a faster stream. You're locked in, game on the line, and suddenly they text, "Unbelievable!" Go away. I'm still in the huddle. You've entered my living room from the future. That's not fandom. That's digital espionage. I will mute phones, unplug doorbells, and make guests sign a spoiler waiver. The fix? Good old radio. Everybody hears it together. Everybody reacts together. And nobody ruins third and goal from the future. That's how we protect the timeline. ESPN 106.3.
Well. Looks like your well water can use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan.
Hey,
Their customized water treatment systems help deliver cleaner, better tasting water all throughout your home. And right now, you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months. Serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Hey, Michael Irvin. Another promo just dropped on Hard Rock Bet. I got a profit boost this morning. Whoa, and a huge bonus bet just hit my account. Is the app on fire like this every week?
Only on days that end in Y. Like today, yesterday, all
all day, every day.
Download the Hard Rock Bet app and start playing today. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You can't touch this.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen. Every sports fan has that friend who says, I called it after everything. Pick six, called it. Missed field goal, called it. Coach takes a timeout, called it. No, you didn't. You were trying to open a blue cheese packet with your teeth. If you knew it, where was the bet? Where was the text? Where was the proof? I mean, you went to the bathroom on 4th and goal. Who does that? 10 minutes ago, you were outside with the dog. Champions keep receipts, audio, video, a paper trail. That means accountability. ESPN 1063.
There are over 1 million people in the U.S. living with profound autism. Many can't speak. Many can't live alone. Few get what they need. The world isn't built for them, and too often it forgets them. But we see them, and we know what's possible with help. Well, to read more about Autism Speaks, science, advocacy, and awareness and acceptance efforts, or to read about some of our other initiatives, please visit autismspeaks.org.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill & Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill & Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking. It is a Wednesday, and we just had a very lengthy conversation with our friend Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. You can watch that back wherever you get your podcast. Theoretically Speaking, you can watch it back on YouTube at ESPN South Florida. You can stream us live on YouTube right now at ESPN South Florida, and if you do, you'll see myself, Theo Dorsey, the Mo City Don. On the other side of the glass, on the ones and twos, Damian Perez. We got Tina Costanza in the house here for the happy hour. And Colin Russo looks like he's sitting at the kids' table at Thanksgiving.
He was moved there.
Yeah.
Camera's very high.
Yeah.
The seat is very low.
Just don't look up at it. Then it won't look as weird. Like when you look up at it, it does make you look like a child, like waiting to be served like your mac and cheese.
Well, I got kicked out of my chair. Christina Costanza, who's 3'7", and she has to move up the chair all that much. I don't know.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I told Colin 2 hours ago. I was like, "Oh, you're in studio with us?" I was like, "Well, I want my chair when I join."
So don't play with me. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there.
It's her chair. It's her chair, man.
Well, my chair than it is her chair. I sit that chair 2 hours a day.
But she sits in it first.
Yeah, I sit it first.
You know what I'm saying?
And
She
every
sets the
day,
table.
Colin has to adjust it because I have it as high up as it can go. Like my knees are basically touching the table, and it's very loud.
Well,
I
doesn't
put my
that mean-
headphones really loud.
Doesn't that mean every day you have to adjust it as well?
We had to put it back up. Yes. So we go back and forth of
Right.
moving it.
Like a elevator.
Yeah, well, one thing she mentioned there was about the volume of the headphones.
Yeah.
She cannot hear.
Yeah.
She cannot hear. It is the audio level of a death metal concert.
Yeah.
Whenever because of how you could turn up the volume on the previous headphones.
I've noticed that. I've noticed that only because when
you notice that with Rizzo too? Rizzo's the same way.
Yeah,
Rizzo's very loud.
I don't have great hearing.
I started turning
But-
it down after the show so that Colin would stop saying something about it because every time he'd be
Turn it on,
like,
you don't
"This
even
is
think
so
about it.
loud."
It's
dangerous.
I all of a sudden I get ringing for the next 3 hours.
Your phone, do you ever, when you have your headphones in, does your phone tell you like, hey, headphone volume a little too loud
I never
here?
go past
No.
half. I never
Never
go
told you
past
that?
half.
I
Is
You
this
ever
like
go,
a
you go
strategy?
past half in terms of like the volume
Sometimes.
level?
Sometimes.
so I think it's actually
I don't want to.
concerning.
I have bad hearing, so kind of.
I think it's concerning how loud I have my music in the car. Like if I it's not normal, I think, how loud I have it, because if something were to happen in my car, wouldn't hear it. Like I wouldn't hear anything outside
If
of my
something
car.
were to happen in your car,
Like if something was going on in my engine or like I wouldn't hear it. Like my music is so loud. Or
what are you blasting? What are you
music, I don't know.
Wait, does it sound like this?
It does sometimes, yeah.
She drove
How do you
me,
blast
she
Sabrina
drove me to
Carpenter?
the Stanley Cup postseason.
Yeah.
And it's
No, it's not.
yeah.
House music?
Yes,
I do like
it's,
house music.
No, it's like EDM.
EDM.
Rave.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You got face
yeah.
paint on.
No,
it's one of
it's
those.
not.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, popping mollies and
Oh
stuff.
my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
That's
Yeah.
her playlist. I'm like, what are we listening to?
That's really that's
Go
a
to a
lot.
hockey
That's a little bit lot. That's a little bit much.
I actually hate driving people in my car and having to be responsible to be the DJ because I know what I like to listen to. I don't know what Colin likes to
You
listen
hate everything
to.
about road trips. You don't like being the passenger in the car with people. You don't like driving people. You
I
don't
don't
like
need
DJing.
to be the DJ though. Like they can be the DJ and I don't care what we listen to. But
What would you turn on in a road trip?
Not.
What's your music? What's your go-to
I
music?
listen to all types of music.
But like, what's your go? If you were to hop in a car,
Depends on the mood.
Huh?
I have a rock playlist. I
Yeah.
have a 70s playlist. I have a funk playlist. I have a like a growing up 2010s pop playlist. I have a rap playlist.
Fun.
I have a 90s rap
Nostalgic.
playlist.
Yeah.
I even have a playlist on my phone strictly of movie scores. So no audio in it. I mean, no singing.
Yikes.
I have one of those.
Don't ever pull that one out on the way to a date or something. That one I would keep
Are
just
you
for
kidding
you.
me? Are you kidding me? Have you heard the Interstellar soundtrack? Somebody's got to give me something there.
Please don't.
But
Please don't
excellent.
do that. I just
I got that. Yeah, and I got a couple others, but like it's good variety.
It is.
And
but what are you
giving
putting
yourself
on?
credit? Hold on a second. Did you just judge
Yes,
your
he
own?
did. Yes,
Okay.
Yes, he did.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Giving himself props.
Nobody's ever given themselves more pats on the back on this radio station than Colin Russo.
I got one that's called Car Rides. I have a running playlist. It's like a mixture of everything.
Nice.
My funk playlist, the picture is John Calipari and Rick Pitino when they were young coaches. I believe this is when Calipari was at Amherst.
Hey.
Yeah, and I got a couple.
Did you add the Pat McAfee country album to your playlist?
Oh, first of all, everybody's talking about this. You
Wait, I
listen
need to
this?
listen to it.
Of course not.
I didn't listen to this.
Of course not.
I
Why would
wanna
I listen to
listen.
that?
And it's funny because everybody's calling it garbage, and he's like quote tweeting that, and he's like, "Go listen today,
Yeah.
go listen to this hot trash today." It's like
All pub is good pub, I guess. Dan
I'm
Orlovsky
all-
likes it, but Dan Orlovsky also said that Josh Allen's the best decision-making quarterback in the league, so
I
I
don't
can't
know if
really.
that's the route I would have went with the other things you could have said, but yeah.
Well, yeah, he also has bad taste
Yeah,
in food.
right.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm all good on a Pat McAfee country album.
Yeah.
My rock playlist is
versatile,
my
though.
mixture of country. I like country. It depends on the artist, and
Tim McGraw.
Great.
What about my boy? My
Morgan
boy.
Wallen.
Chris Stapleton.
I'm
You like
okay.
Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
I like Chris Stapleton.
He's the GOAT.
songs.
He's the GOAT of country music.
Yeah.
His
Ella
rendition
Langley,
of
I'm not
Tennessee
big
Whiskey.
on. She's a country singer.
Who's that?
Ella Langley.
Never
Yes.
heard of. Never heard of.
Yes,
Are you an
country
Ella
singer.
fella?
Is that what they call him?
That's what they call
pretty
guys,
cool.
yeah. Ella fellas.
I like Zach Bryan music. I know people are down on Zach
What
Bryan.
about Luke? What about Luke Bryan?
I don't know a lot of Luke Bryan songs.
What about that one dude whose name they say twice? It's twice. His name is twice. It's like Luke or something. Ryan, Philip Phillips.
Philip Phillips.
Philip
He's
Phillips.
got the 2 songs. He won American Idol.
From Lee County, Georgia, from Leesburg.
He won American Idol.
Yeah,
he's got the 2 songs that he's played literally for 20 years.
I forget all about. I was a sports anchor in South Georgia. He was from Leesburg, Lee County, Georgia, and he was a hometown hero. Never met him, actually.
Yeah. You know who I'm a big kick on? He's very famous right now, Noah Khan.
Yes.
No, Kahan.
Have you watched a documentary of him?
I don't need a documentary.
Wow.
I like the music.
Movie man himself.
What's that documentary
It's about him. And like a tough time he went through, and he talks through it, and then these concerts.
What kind of tough time was that? I want to know.
Like mental health and what he went through, and how music helps him, and all this stuff, and how he was like a runt.
Did you see the Taylor Swift documentary when it came out in theaters?
No.
Did not.
Did you?
No. I didn't see it. That means
I was about to say, yeah.
I see everything.
I don't. You cannot say nary not even a neutral word about Taylor Swift and not be punished for it.
You don't like her?
That's somebody I don't listen to. I have no problem with her. I don't know.
So you
her.
dislike Taylor Swift songs? Is what you're saying?
I like Shake It Off.
Can we get
Let's get the Swifties
cocktail
on
of the day?
Colin.
That's a good
Shake
song.
It Off?
Yeah, it's a good song.
Pretty cool.
You Belong With Me. Is that a Taylor Swift song?
You Belong With Me is actually, you know
That's
what?
a good one.
That's probably her best song.
That's a good one.
That's probably her best song.
That's a good one.
Shake
Good
It Off
call.
is not.
Good call. Shake It Off is fun.
It's cool. It's fun.
You know,
You Belong to Me is actually one of her best songs.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It's like it kind of has a little soulfulness.
You
to
know
it.
who I'm big on? Maroon 5.
Yeah?
I
love
Maroon 5.
Nice.
Big fan of Maroon 5. You in on Maroon 5?
It's not that I don't like Maroon 5. I couldn't name a Maroon 5 song, but I do like the songs when I hear it.
A Maroon 5 song?
I don't go to them. But when people play Maroon 5, I'm like, yeah, I know these songs.
Hey,
Pretty
good songs, no doubt.
Cocktail of the day.
What are we doing? Yeah.
Cocktail of the day.
Just a little music riff for 10 minutes here. Cocktail of the day, team.
Colin has plenty of playlists to give you in the car. I can always give you plenty of cocktails to try.
There we go.
We have our ESPN West Palm fantasy draft today. I'm excited. So I did a draft-themed cocktail called the Draft Steal, which we would have one of these drinks, Theo. You've got tequila reposado, lime juice, agave, orange liqueur with a tahini rim.
Yeah, that's good. That's good money. I like that. Of course,
Delicious.
whenever you start with tequila, I'm in.
Yeah.
So this is the draft still. This is what
Draft
people are
steal.
hoping to get a lot of tonight when we do our fantasy football draft here at ESPN West Palm. Colin, you're out because you said you are too Hollywood for us.
I'll
Okay.
stop by. I'll say hello.
Will you wave? You'll
He's
shake some
coming
hands?
for the food.
That's why you're stopping by? I'm going to make sure we eat all the food before you get there.
Good luck. Free food?
What time? This thing starts at 5:15.
It does.
Russo and Rizzo doesn't end until about 6. We got to make sure we eat as much as possible before he gets there.
Good luck.
Just to punish him.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna
Get
be
a team.
Garbage disposal.
It's a 10-team league. We could have used 1 or 2 more people.
I actually think 10 persons is the perfect number.
It's too easy.
And teams are
Too
too
easy.
good, maybe.
Yeah.
But, I do
I
like.
like 12 is the right number
All right.
for fantasy football.
Yeah. You know what I was on a big kick on? Was the Gap Band and George Benson. That was on the old days.
We're
There
back
you
to
go.
music.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, all right. Now, here we go. Here we go.
I'll show you my phone playlist. You're gonna be all over it. I'm telling you. I was listening to Ray Charles on the way into work today.
Yeah.
Big Ray Charles guy.
Also from South Georgia.
Is he really?
from Albany, Georgia, yeah.
I've seen the Ray movie. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. But yeah, that's I was big on Ray Charles because I was watching the songs. You ever see the movie The Blues Brothers? 1980.
No, I haven't, but I should.
Dude,
I
it's
know
right
I
up
should.
your alley.
Yeah.
It's right up your
Yeah.
alley. It's jazz.
Yeah.
Rick James in it. Ray Charles in it. Aretha
Yeah.
Franklin's in it.
Aretha's.
Oh, it's so good. Great,
Uh-huh.
best musical film ever made. And it's not even like a musical, but it's like music.
It's one of those.
throughout.
It's one of those movies
so
I've seen
funny.
pieces of, but I've never sat down and watched.
Damien Perez, have you seen The Blues Brothers?
Have not.
Oh gosh, I'm not even gonna ask
Yet.
Tina. But one of the.
Tina might have saw it. That wasn't even a thing. Is it Blues Brother Tina?
No.
You ever heard of it? You've heard of it, right?
Tina. Yeah, of course.
They got Ray Charles in
I've
it.
seen
they
it.
got
I
Aretha
haven't seen
Franklin
it.
in it. Yeah.
It's one of those movies I've seen, but I haven't seen, where it's like it's on, I've seen it, but I haven't watched it.
Excellent music. Telling you, you and your wife would get a kick out of that.
We might have to tap in on that soon. You know what? Me and the wife, if we have any car issues, though, we know where to tap in because Tina lets us know every day.
St. Lucie Battery and Tire. And I'm so excited for next week.
Yeah.
I'm going over to Fort Pierce and going to one of their locations. I'm going to learn maybe how to change a tire, maybe how to do some maintenance to my car, but I don't trust myself. I trust the experts at St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've got locations in the Treasure Coast. They've got locations in Palm Beach County. I go to the one off Blue Heron at Military Trail. Randall takes care of me and Sally the Sonata. Whether it's batteries, whether it's tires, or maintenance that you need, go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbatterytire.com.
I'm excited for today's fantasy football draft that we're gonna have here in person.
What pick are you?
I'm number 8.
I'm 9.
8. You have somebody I guess I can't ask you.
You can ask me. I mean, there's nobody.
Who are
here.
you shooting for?
At 8,
Who would you love to see available?
I would love to see
Smith-Njigba?
I would love to see JSN or Christian McCaffrey available.
There's no way.
It's a
I
chance.
think
It's a
McCaffrey's
chance.
possible. I don't know.
JSN at 8?
I don't
It's a
think,
chance.
I don't think JSN will.
All right, want me to give you the route to JSN at 8?
Christian
I thought
McCaffrey,
about
I
it.
see.
So who's going to be taken for sure? Jameer Gibbs, Bijan
Gibbs,
Robinson.
they're gone.
Jamar Chase is
Yep.
gone.
Puka Nacua. Puka
Puka
Nacua,
Nacua is gone.
who likely is gone, but he has been dealing with some injuries. People might be a little nervous. Whenever people see that Q tag,
Who's
they get
going
nervous.
first, Christian McCaffrey or Jonathan Taylor?
CMC. Unless you're afraid of the injury stuff, which right now I think that
loosely agree with that. I don't know.
I think Amon-Ra will be off the board as well.
Amon-Ra off the board, yes or no?
Amon-Ra will be available.
Will
At
Justin
8?
Jefferson be available?
No. Oh, yeah, he will. He will. People are down on Justin Jefferson right now because of the
Sleeper, too.
quarterback
You could probably
issue.
steal him late if you
You probably get him in
wanted
the second
to.
round.
Yeah. And,
But again, I think 8 is a good spot. 8 is a good spot because I'll have somebody of there's like a top 9 or 10 right now, and somebody's going to fall, I think. Even if out of the top 7 or so, somebody fall. All I need is one bad pick in front of me, and I'm good.
And your pick 7, Tina?
I'm 9.
She's 9.
Your pick 9, so who are you
she's going to
rooting
get
for?
cooked.
Who are
I
you
don't
hoping
know.
for?
She's getting cooked.
Is Rebel 9? You haven't done any
idea.
research.
No. I have a co-manager for
Yeah.
that.
You have
and
a co-manager.
they're responsible for that.
They're a football fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got, all right,
We
we
go
got a
back and
co-manager there. Who would you love? Do you want a wide receiver, running back, non-negotiable?
I need running backs. I need running backs early. There's a lot of wide
I would go
receivers
2
these
running
years.
backs if you can.
Yeah, I'm going 2 running backs for sure.
If Jonathan Taylor's available or CMC, I would say
I want
get one of those.
one of those 2.
And then I would see if you could get, if you want to take a flyer, go get like Jeremiah Love in that second pick. Or
See, I'm a little
something like
nervous to get him that high, not because of the high ankle
that.
sprain.
Yeah, I guess the rookies, go find a sleeper in the back end.
Yeah, I was about to
for
say
a
I can
rookie.
find. There are some rookies that you can go and get later on. You can try to get Jadarian Price with
Yeah.
Seattle.
He'll be like a 3rd or 4th round pick probably.
I think he might drop. It's a 10-teamer. This is why I say 10-team fantasy football
Yeah, you're
leagues.
gonna have plenty of guys.
The number one issue I have with 10-team fantasy football leagues, especially when you're only starting one quarterback, not to get too inside fantasy football here, but I feel like a lot of people get this. There's 32 teams in the NFL. That means there's 32 starting quarterbacks. And these days, especially right now where I think we have very high-level quarterback play up and down the league because of how good and smart we are at offensive play calling, but then also talent, there's like probably 25 startable quarterbacks for fantasy football right now. In a 10-team league, you ain't even got to draft a quarterback until like the last round. You can get like a Matt Stafford, a Malik
I never
Willis.
draft big. I never draft high in quarterback.
Exactly.
I used to get Allen every year because Allen's good with the rushing stats.
Yeah.
But I gave up on that.
That's why
I like getting a flyer.
I think if you're gonna do a 10-team league, where that means you're only starting one quarterback, that means there's only 10 starting quarterbacks every week. You should probably do a super flex league where you can start 2 quarterbacks to make quarterbacks more of an imperative position.
Is this a keeper league?
No, this is we're not. Yeah, which will be dope. I do keepers. I do dynasty.
Some people do the keepers too much, and you
Yeah.
get the same team every year, and you're only drafting rookies. I
Yeah.
don't like that. But I like the idea of keeping 1 or 2 players from the previous year's roster if you draft them late.
Yeah.
I like that.
This one's a straight up redraft, straight up year over year redraft. We've had some play like Evan Cohen had a team last year. He dropped out this year.
Oh, he bailed.
We beat the living crap out of his team.
Oh, really?
Beat him down.
Is
So
he in a special league?
in a special league?
Why did he
I think he got relegated. I don't know.
He got
I should
relegated.
I meant to ask him today. Do you know why, Tina? Why he dropped out?
I don't know why.
I think we bludgeoned him. It was a 14-team league.
Did we
last
invite
year.
him?
I'm sure he got invited. I mean, the email went to everybody.
I don't know.
You think he didn't get invited back? He was that bad?
I don't know if he got invited.
You think Evan was so bad? He was so horrendous that he didn't get invited back. We would rather do it without him.
I'm not sure.
That's what you just
Like we
offered.
could look back at the email. I don't think he was invited.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not sure.
Colin, did you get an invite? Damien's not in it either. I'm giving you a lot of hell. Damien, what gives?
I honestly did not see the email.
There you go.
That's such a lie.
And I'll tell you,
What a lie.
everybody receives the emails.
What a lie.
If you send a team-wide, employee-wide email,
Yeah.
everybody receives it.
That was one of the
People
more
who have
confident lies I've ever seen.
And I'm not. This is not an attack on Damien.
It is.
Sounds like it.
You just said as soon as he said I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
It's on the same boat.
Oh, you didn't see.
I received it. I just didn't see it.
Why are
Yeah,
y'all
Colin
lying?
sees all
Why
the
are you lying
emails
to our
and
faces?
ignores them.
Why are both of y'all lying to our faces? Are
Too
y'all
many
colluding?
emails. Too many emails, guys.
You send emails
Yeah, I do.
in
and
third person.
Not many.
In two
Which
tenses.
you're down
actually.
on, by the way. I'm surprised you're down on.
Two tenses is my issue. It's grammatically incorrect.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But there's the people who receive the emails. If I wanted to send something to the West Palm team, I count on one hand. I could probably count on two hands how many people are out there right now. 58 people receive these emails.
Yes,
Too many
correct.
people.
Yes.
many people.
I don't know why so many. Evan, I think, is on the West Palm team
Probably.
email.
Danny Zetterman, who runs ESPN Chicago's on it, and he's responding to my emails. I'm like, Danny, you should not be receiving these.
Also, I feel bad for him because if he's tied in on ESPN West Palms, do we assume Danny is also with
what a
ESPN
waste of
LA
time.
and New York? So he's getting like a million emails a second.
Dude, what a waste of time.
Like now I feel bad. I don't ever want to email the ESPN West Palm full team anymore. I didn't think about that. It's a lot of people.
I expand it, and then I'll take people out who don't need
What
to
a
see
waste
it.
of
Oh,
time.
so you can pull
That's-
people off
that's
of it.
There's
takes
7,000 people.
Why
who
would
receive the
why
email.
would these people be on our list when they don't have day-to-day operations at ESPN West Palm?
Maybe they just need to know what's going on here, though.
Oh, they don't. They're snoopers. It's eavesdropping.
Snoopers.
It's eavesdropping professionally. It's professional eavesdropping. That's what it is.
That's what it feels like.
Yes.
Like we're being monitored. We're being
Waste-
monitored, like
waste
mice in a
time.
lab.
Danny Zetterman, you do not need to receive this email. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Colin Russo is going to Jackson Hole. Danny does not need to know this.
It caught his attention. Probably because you spoke in two different tenses. And you just did it again. You just spoke in third person again. Yeah.
Did I?
The hell- Yes. I think maybe you do this more than you realize. That's what you know what? Maybe it's a generational thing.
It's not a
'Cause
generational
It
thing.
is. It might be. Because my brother Zeke, he didn't realize he talked in third person as much until I started pointing it out to him. And then he was like, maybe you're right. Maybe I do announce my own name instead of saying me or I. You do that probably a little bit more than you assume.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
We got a perhaps out of him. That
He did it. Oh my gosh, he did it 5 minutes
a win.
ago.
What did he
Because
do?
I texted in our show group
Oh my
chat
gosh.
because it was about speaking Spanish, and I said I've witnessed Colin try to speak Spanish and failed, and he literally said at 3:00, Colin knows Spanish.
Yes, something's wrong. Something's wrong here. What's going on?
What?
Identity crisis?
Yes. Are you having a constant out-of-body experience? Are you witnessing your world as the same as us as well? Like, what's going on
I'm
here?
just trying to keep people on their toes.
Wow.
Clearly it's working. I mean, geez, I got Theo backpedaling right now.
Yo, I'm not backpedaling.
23
How long
minutes
ago was
ago.
this?
23 minutes ago.
23
At
minutes
3
ago.
o'clock.
I don't
Colin
know.
knows Spanish in our group chat.
If
I
we
do know Spanish.
If we search through the theoretically 3.0 group chat, which only has myself, Tina, Colin, and Brian in there, if we search the word Colin, who do we think has mentioned Colin's name more?
Not
Colin
me.
is busy.
Colin?
This was
Or
Monday,
us?
August 3rd. Colin is busy.
Who sent that message?
Colin.
What the hell is wrong with you? That was like 2 weeks ago. You do it more often than you think.
Yeah.
One time, so Colin likes to say the word excellent, and one time I
Yeah, she's
looked.
big on this too. This is another thing that's a
one-
non-problem.
One
Go ahead.
time I looked in my text
these are real
messages.
problems.
I searched up excellent and sent multiple screenshots to Colin of how many times he said excellent. It was double digits.
He does say that word a lot.
Yes.
I do. Excellent is.
And
I
how
can
he says
appreciate
it.
that word. You emphasize it in a weird way.
I
Or is that just your accent?
love synonyms of great.
Yeah.
I love synonyms.
Do you like brilliant? I love brilliant. I love when British people say
Excellent.
brilliant.
Superb,
Yeah.
outstanding, stupendous,
Yeah.
out of this world,
Extraordinary.
extraordinary, unbelievable.
Superfluous. I think that's not even. I don't even mean the same thing.
But yeah, groundbreaking. I love stuff like that. Love it.
Well,
That's
this is
the best thing you can learn if you're a young child. If you're in the car right now,
yeah.
no synonyms of great. People don't want to hear great. They want to hear that's outstanding. Theo, if I'm like Theo, you had a great show today.
Thank you.
It's a little like
It's hit or miss.
Theo, today's show was outstanding.
Yeah. I guess like a little bit more serotonin. Yeah. I guess so. I mean, you might be right. You might be onto something. Just like we were onto something about you talking in third person. I need help.
Theo, this read,
superb. The Baptist Health Hotline. The Baptist Health Hotline is open. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. We're going to treat it like a helpline right now. It's going to be the Baptist Health Helpline. How do you encourage somebody to stop talking in third person? Has anybody experienced this? And how do you have, is it an intervention? Do you coach them out of it? Do you just let them be? How do you in your personal life deal with others who speak in third person almost so much that they don't even notice it? Not that anybody in this room deals with this. This is not a us problem or anybody in this room. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just curious. 888-760-3776. The Baptist Health Hotline. Also, is it weird or is it normal? Maybe it's more normal than I'm giving the credit to. 888-760-3776. The Baptist Health Hotline. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. If an injury is keeping you from what you love, our expert team, they're right there. And they want to get you back into the game. The dodgeball, the kickball, the adult softball. Maybe playing softball. Why haven't we done an adult softball league here at ESPN West Palm?
I agree with that.
Not enough players?
I would like the basketball league more.
We used
Not
to do
enough
a,
players.
We used to do a flag league.
We have like 4 people that can play basketball here.
How many
And
people
not
you
fair.
got to field a team in softball? You're going to get 9 deep?
Well, I mean, softball is more like more people can play softball, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Have you ever seen those leagues too? There are some.
It's intense.
Somewhere around here, there is a group of 35-year-olds that are, freshly married and have kids.
Yeah.
And
We gotta get some ringers. Oh, that's me.
Well, and
That's almost me.
they take that league like it's we're back.
Night and day.
We're back in
Yeah.
2007 in junior high.
Something about those sports, man. Get people going. But yeah, if you want to get back into the game, any of those sports, hobbies, maybe you have an injury that's keeping you from taking it seriously like Colin was speaking to, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care can get you back right. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care with Baptist Health. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more. That is baptisthealth.net/ortho. And 888-760-3776, the Baptist Health Hotline, always open for you to join in on some of the fun. We have a very robust get-around here on the other side that we'll get to, and we have a full house here. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli. And
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
Marlins fans, don't miss an exciting series when the Fightin' Fish take on the Boston Red Sox, August 24th through the 26th at Lone Depot Park. Enjoy Marlins baseball and score fan-favorite offers like 4 for $44, presented by Pepsi. And get 4 tickets, hot dogs, popcorn, and drinks for just $44. Or 2 for $25 and get 2 tickets plus 2 canned beers. It's the perfect night out for the whole family. Get your tickets now at marlins.com/tickets.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed. you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSIsYes.com today.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill and Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill and Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
You put a lot into your business. Your signage should reflect that. At Signorama West Palm, family owned and operated for over 32 years, we've been helping businesses stand out and stay top of mind. We don't just design signs, we handle the whole process, including professional installation and service. From ADA signs to reception signs and full storefronts, we turn everyday spaces into branding that gets attention. We can handle it all. Call us today at 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Which college football program do we have more faith will actually have a good /turnaround season? Between the two who are in the midst of spectacle at all times but aren't winning at that rate, UNC and Colorado. Both of them are in conferences where you can pick up wins, but also in conferences that are not if you're a shell of yourself, you're going to have 3 or 4 win seasons like we've seen both Bill Belichick and Deion Sanders suffer through.
It's more likely that they gut new UNC before they gut Colorado. Do you agree?
What do you mean?
If they were to make changes and kind of revamp it.
Oh, it's more likely they get rid of Bill Belichick.
That they'll get rid of Bill. I don't know if the rules are with the contracts. I think it's more likely they get rid of Belichick before they get rid of Deion.
I have an assumption, not a theory. I don't want to get all into my bag of being, I hope I'm not right, but I have an assumption that Bill Belichick will be perfectly fine being fired and taking all of his money and walking away.
Probably.
I
think he's realized, if you ask him behind closed doors, he's realized that UNC has been a mistake.
Yeah, he don't want to do this no more.
No.
He won't be there. There's no way.
I mean, weirdly enough, he should wait for an NFL team to take a flyer on him, go for Shula's record. As we said, he's 15 wins away, I think.
Yeah, he should have definitely waited. I think it's too late.
Hunker down. He might be too late. Hunker down and see if somebody will give you an opportunity. But
hunker down. Who in their right mind in the NFL
we're a
would
year
give
removed
Bill
from
Belichick?
Pete Carroll getting hired by the Raiders. I know that didn't work out, but
it didn't help Bill Belichick either.
No. I don't know.
Pete Carroll
Aaron Glenn gets fired. Would Belichick go to the Jets?
Whatever.
Actually, not a bad idea.
The best chance Belichick has is to be. You couldn't even be an interim though, because you'd have to be in a facility already. You don't hire an intern from the outside.
Yeah, so you're saying he'd take over and get 8 games at the end of the year if they were to fire.
Plus,
somebody?
he can't go back to the Jets now after what happened with him. It's same ownership.
I agree. Him and Woody Johnson do not get along.
It's not going to work out.
But if they were able to put aside their differences, if there is a dumpster fire that he could turn around, there you go. Maybe we go back to the Browns. Is that the Browns in the late 90s?
First of all, Todd Monken just got there. Let the dude have a little bit of a run. All right? It's not like they've given him any kind of fair shake.
Would they fire Deion before they allow him to walk away, or would Deion walk away? I think it's the latter. I think it's either his way or the highway.
Because you think
He will walk
Colorado's
away
so
on his own.
beholden to Deion
I mean,
Sanders.
they stunk last year, and now they're finding out that the networks, when they're booking these games, don't care about Colorado anymore.
They don't. It's
They don't
no
care
longer a
about
thing.
Colorado.
You got to
For
win
a good reason.
games.
I mean, think about it. They had Shador, they had Travis, they had Deion. It made
Yeah.
sense. Now they have
Jordan
one of
Seaton?
the three, and Deion's not even that big.
Oh, wait, didn't Seaton leave? He went to LSU? I think the tackle left, Jordan
yeah,
Seaton. That's
yeah.
the
I
offensive
mean,
lineman.
they get guys in and out of there.
Who's the quarterback they got now? The Newman kid, I think, at
Who's gonna
Colorado?
start? I don't know who's going to start for Colorado this year.
They had the Julian Newman kid last year who kind of got in here and there and then didn't show. So we'll see. We'll see.
But that's a type of program. There's nothing to go back to.
Yeah.
They're just going to keep them there.
You know what a program is that is superb on the college football ranks? I just got done actually this morning, 6:30 a.m. at a Kaiser football, 9th practice of the fall with Miles Russ entering year 3. And Tina, it looks like they're geared up to have another run to the national championship game. 2 back-to-back appearances with Miles Russ.
We love that.
Yeah.
Kaiser Athletics is excellent,
course.
Colin. And this week,
Are you convincing Colin or are you just letting him know?
I'm letting him know.
Okay.
Chris Swago, the Kaiser University AD, is going to be in here in about 45 minutes.
Wow.
Love that.
Great friend of show. Great man.
Yeah.
He's the best. This week in
He's all right.
Kaiser
He's cool.
Athletics, get ready for a soccer doubleheader.
Oh.
This Saturday, August 22nd, number 16 Kaiser's men's soccer takes on Thomas at 11 a.m., followed by number 1 Kaiser women's soccer hosting Barry at 1:30 p.m. Both matches take place at Kaiser University's flagship residential campus in West Palm Beach. Kaiser Athletics is home to more than 800 student athletes competing in 27 sports with an impressive 31 national championships. Come out and cheer on the Seahawks this Saturday. Learn more at kuseahawks.com.
Yeah, always a good show with the Seahawks. With
Early
Kaiser.
morning practice.
Oh, yeah, it was
You see their photos with was it the Lamborghinis?
Nah,
Or
they
the
had
Ferrari?
photos. They had photos with Lamborghini.
It was really nice.
They didn't bring them out this morning.
Oh,
All I saw was a bunch of dudes in uniforms hitting each other. You know,
I missed it.
I missed all the fun.
Who's Lamborghini?
I don't know.
Chris Swagers?
You should ask them.
Yeah. See how they funded those Lamborghinis. See how we can get in on that. I
I
didn't
think
see
they were
any of that.
Lamborghinis.
What-
It was one of the. It was a
Rolls
Lamborghini or
Royce?
Ferrari.
It was
No,
a-
it was
an
one of those.
expensive car.
One of those.
We'll have to find out.
It was a nice car.
Where'd
though.
you see it? Instagram?
I saw on Instagram. They took photos with it.
Is
Is it like
are
a
they
media
getting,
day
Are they
with
getting those
it?
kind of NIL deals at Kaiser right now?
I don't know.
Getting Lamborghinis and stuff?
I heard ESPN West Palm's marketing budget has
Are we
tremendously helped
funding?
out.
Yeah. There you go.
Tremendously
Y'all
helped out.
love trying to use my marketing budget.
It's a fun budget to use. you know?
Yeah, I know.
It's the budget to use.
The best budget. The best budget to use. I did want to get to our get around. We have a very fun get around today, and it takes us on a journey. And the get around today is also brought to you by the place where you need to get to when you want to watch all the best sports and tap in with your friends. That's the Duffy Sports Grill, Duffy'sMVP.com. That's the home of the 2-for-1 drinks. It's also the home of the Power Play. If you get around to a Duffy's anywhere in and around the Sunshine State, you go in there, you order a Power Play. Let me tell you what you're getting yourself into. $13.99. What does that get you? Entree, side, and a drink. An entree, a side, and a drink. That's the trifecta. That's the trinity that you're looking for, especially when you watch some games and you're hanging out with buddies. And this is not like a skimped entree. You're getting a full, enriching meal. We're talking about made, ready-to-order burgers. We're talking about wings tossed in your favorite sauce. We're talking about maybe chicken tenders. We're talking about these robust sandwiches, and then you get a side with it, and you get yourself a drink. And then after that, maybe you just go a couple more 2-for-1 drinks, and you watch the entire slate of games on a Sunday. That sounds like a lot of fun. 21 days out from kickoff, Duffy Sports Grill, the place to hang out at. Maybe it's the place you have your fantasy football draft at as well. Duffy'sMVP.com. To schedule that, to get in touch, to get in with the good people, go to Duffy'sMVP.com. See the closest Duffy's to you. Great food, cold drinks, and wall-to-wall sports. Duffy's, our game is always on. Where are we headed to first here on the Get Around?
Next stop.
Let's go Seattle, Washington, where the Seahawks have agreed to bring in former Lions corner Terrion Arnold while he faces serious criminal charges. But GM John Snyder admitted on Hard Knocks that if Arnold had been on a if Arnold had already been a Seahawks when he was arrested, Seattle probably would have released him. The explanation, as one coach put it, being the second chance team is different. Is that hypocritical, or is that just being brutally honest?
I think they're being too honest right there, and I do understand the sentiment. What I don't understand is why the hell is Seattle loading up on cornerback so high? Did y'all see they also went out and got Trevion Diggs?
And they've just paid Devin Witherspoon.
Just paid Devin Witherspoon a boatload of money.
I must tell you that they don't love the secondary outside of Witherspoon.
Which is crazy because they had a good secondary last year.
Yeah, very
and I know
strange.
they lost Kobe Bryant and free agency, but they have Devin Witherspoon. They got Nick Eamon-Wari, who plays kind of nickel/safety for them. I thought they had a really good defensive backfield. Clearly, they think that they have some room for improvement, and I'm not going to be one to argue with Mike McDonald.
It's a thin position in the league, too, corner. Not a lot of great corners in the league, so I think it's a matter of maybe depth.
It takes a lot of skill and athleticism to be able to play corner. It's one of the harder positions to play in the NFL if you ask the pros. Is it the hardest, outside of quarterback, corner the hardest position to play?
Probably the hardest to stay great at.
Yeah.
I mean, we're past the days of a Champ Bailey great for 12 years.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily see that anymore. Jalen Ramsey came in. How long was his prime? 4 years?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
and then
right.
now we see him playing safety.
We're in Pat Surtain's area right now.
Yeah.
Patrick Peterson kind of defied logic with that. But Josh Norman was in and out. He was like a two-time
He was the
first
quickest.
team
He was the quickest run. He was like 2.5 years.
quick.
Maybe.
Xavier Howard was another quick one.
Xavier Howard
yeah.
came in quick, out quick.
Remember Nnamdi Asomugha? He's an actor now.
Yeah. What's the guys in the Ravens? Marlon Humphrey.
Marlon Humphrey is
Had a
now
great-
he's not even the best corner on his own team.
Yeah, great 1 or
Nate
2
Wiggins.
years. What's that, Daniel?
Patrick Peterson. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Guys.
it's hard to stay great at it. You don't see a lot of guys who are great at it for a long time.
And obviously you don't think highly of him because you keep saying great. You know, where's your sentiments?
Where's outstanding? You know who's outstanding? Chris Harris Jr. Outstanding.
Oh yeah, he was. He was good.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
That was a great second. That was him and Akeem Talib.
I know that Broncos defense was crazy, man. It's crazy.
Let's head over to New York, where Roger Goodell says he has no doubt there will eventually be NFL teams permanently based outside the United States. With the league playing a record 9 international games this season, it sounds less like an if and more like a when. If you had to put an NFL franchise outside the United States tomorrow, what city are you choosing?
Florence, Italy, because I want to go back.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite places. I know there's no stadium.
There is the Fiorentina Stadium.
How big is it?
Massive.
Not enough for an NFL team, but it's big enough for it's a good mid-level.
I'll get you that number.
What's the biggest arena in Italy, then, we think? There's one in Rome?
We're probably going to Milan,
Go
right?
to the Coliseum.
Damien would know more than
Milan.
this.
Yeah,
Milan.
I
definitely Milan.
don't like Milan as much, though. But you know what? Do Milan. I'll do Milan. It's a train ride from Florence. I go catch a
Milan is
game.
overrated.
I know it is. But
Fiorentina has 43,147.
Yeah,
That's
I've been there.
massive.
I've never seen
That's
it
enough.
packed. I've been there about 3 times, but
That's enough.
I've never seen it packed.
you got to start somewhere. I'm going Florence. If you had to pick a city outside of the
I
U.S.
love Florence too. I lived there for about 6 months. I nothing but good things to say about it.
Chianti Classico.
The one that actually makes sense. I actually think if we're gonna add a culture into the NFL sort of form, the club, I think either you go English or you go German. And I think just because they're very passionate fans, they both speak English, you know. And I think because of that, it would be fun to sort of add German culture, beer drinker.
Yeah.
You know, they're big on the soccer. I get it. But if you're a Bundesliga fan, you're only paying attention to Bayern Munich. And I don't care what you say about the other ones, Dortmund. But that would be the one. I would say a city in Germany. Whether that be Berlin, Munich's maybe too small.
Well, France.
No. You want the French in the NFL discourse?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
No.
Welcome one, welcome all. Tina, is there a city outside of the
French,
U.S.?
It's just they don't speak, not a lot of French. I mean, a lot of them do, but they don't
speak
want to
English.
speak English with people who speak English.
They do it, though. They do it a lot.
No, they know how to speak English, and then they just listen to you speak English, and then they'll speak French to you.
Wow.
That's what happens in France.
They kept speaking French to me. Yeah, well, you know, I'm going to get into this. Tina, city outside of
You
the
noticed it too. Hey, you know.
Well, I actually, some of them thought I was French.
Okay.
I think that was
you
the issue.
spoke English, and then they realized that you're
Yes,
not
then they
French.
got a little disappointed. It was weird. It was like weird interactions I kept running into, and they were like, oh.
I don't really care.
Yeah, it was weird. It's weird. But I do
don't like
have
that,
Haitian.
you know,
I have
France in America.
I'm
you know.
from a lot of my family from New Orleans. I got some Haitian Creole roots, so there's certain features and things that while over there in
You
France,
speak
people
any-
assume. Huh?
You know any Creole?
No. They thought it before I started speaking to them. A couple bartenders told me that, like, they were like, yeah, this is kind of weird. It was all right. It was a very, me and my wife, they thought.
Wow.
Yeah. Tina?
I don't really care.
Damn.
Where they put any
You don't give a
of
damn about the NFL.
I don't really
Pack
care.
your bags.
Like London.
If we had to move a team
cool.
out of the U.S., which team would we move? Is it the Browns?
Moving?
Don't say it.
The Jets?
Don't say it.
Oh, you're Jaguars. I'm sorry.
It's
I
not
forgot.
that. That's such
I
a
forgot.
tired
I'm sorry.
argument.
I'm sorry.
Such
He
a
wants it.
tired
It's
argument.
it's your owner.
No, it's not. He just spent $2 billion to renovate the stadium. He does not want to leave.
I think the Jets make more sense than the Jaguars. There's
Historic
already
team.
2 teams
Not
in New
one
York.
of the Jets. It's an historic team. It's not going to happen. Same thing with the Browns. It's not going to happen. It won 5
I know the Browns
NFL
aren't going anywhere yet.
championships. It's not going to happen.
Is it the Chargers?
Or the Colts.
Nobody. All right, be honest. Would anybody miss the Chargers if they got moved?
That would be a good one. That'd be a good
I
one.
don't think there'll be too many people complaining. Like, even the few people that do complain, like, are we going to hear them out?
That'd be funny. Make Justin Herbert move to Berlin, Germany with his supermodel wife.
I'd love to see Mike McDaniel and Justin Harbaugh. Wow.
Justin Herbert.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's like I'm start the season already.
Let's go to
Jim Harbaugh.
Las Vegas, Nevada, where Kirk Cousins turns 38 this week, and he knows his time as the Raiders' starting quarterback could end whenever Las Vegas decides number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza is ready. But Cousins says he's completely bought in, even saying he wants Mendoza to eventually look back and say Kirk helped his career. What's more important for Cousins, winning football games or mentoring Mendoza?
The Raiders are clearly saying that it's more important for him to mentor Mendoza because I feel like everything that's coming out of the Raiders camp is about not that Cousins is the better player to help them win now. It's that they want to protect the rookie quarterback from himself. So it's very weird. Like if I'm Clint Kubiak, if I'm Max Crosby, if I'm any veteran on the Raiders or the new coaching staff, what is my priority this year? Is it winning football games and looking competent and moving the needle forward and putting on a good show for the fans, or is it making sure Mendoza's set up for the future? I'm conflicted. I don't know. I would be confused in those spots. What do y'all think? What do you think that the messaging from the Raiders is saying right now?
It's obvious that he needs to be a mentor. But I think the thing you like about it is you can trust Cousins to go out there and be capable, right? There are going to be fans that are going to be very pissed off. The one thing about Cousins, he had a good career for what it's worth. He had a good career. He's probably over, I don't know, I'm off the top of my head, he's probably won over 100 regular season games.
Yeah, but how many playoff games has he won?
One, singular. But I would say that
highest paid player.
You trust him. He's got a good agent, so he's making his money regardless. And he's made plenty of money. Seems to be a good guy. He's gonna have a great TV career at the end of his career.
Okay, we want to win football games.
Start Mendoza. Maybe give the most I would say is 6 games. For Cousins.
What I will say too, at least he's cool. Cousins cool. Culligan water is cool. My Culligan water at the house is cool. And not only is it cool, it's crisp, and it's also refreshing. And for those out there that need to improve their water, because Florida does have some of the worst water in all of America, tap in with Culligan. Go to Culligan.com to get your free water test. Culligan.com. They'll come into your home. They'll tell you what's wrong with your water. They'll tell you how they can help you fix it. I have the reverse osmosis system as well as a water softener. Both of them work lockstep to make sure that my home is good, healthy, and comfortable for me and the family as well. Culligan.com for your free water test. Also, right now, if you have well water in your home, Culligan want to make sure that well water is swell water and it's good and safe for you to drink and for you to use. Right now, Culligan is offering anybody who will be able to jump in on there to improve their water an opportunity to do so by going to Culligan.com and testing your water today. Culligan.com. Test your water with Culligan and see how they can help improve your well water. Right now, they're offering $10 a month for you to get in the door. That is great value with Culligan. On the other side, we wrap up with the last couple of stops of the Get Around. Full house, it's Theoretically Speaking, and we're live on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Okay, here's the deal. You gotta get up, shower, get dressed, then get in the car, but there's a sausage McMuffin with egg meal with crispy hash browns and small McCafe coffee waiting for you at McDonald's for just $5. Did I mention you can now choose hot or iced coffee? I knew you could do it. McDonald's, your morning handled. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time only. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing. Some people are embarrassed to admit they like saving money. Not me. I'm a fan of saving and a fan of McDonald's. And while everything else keeps going up, nothing hits better than ordering the Big Mac meal. Crispy medium fries, ice cold Coca-Cola, $8. It's delicious, it fills me up, and honestly, I'm proud of it. Big Mac meal. $8, only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time only. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing. Coca-Cola is a registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
This is ESPN 106.3's Mike Rizzo. Recently, I had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Michael Stark, a spine surgeon in the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. When it comes to spine injuries, Dr. Stark says there can be a misconception.
It's broad. Everyone thinks back would just be pain, but that's not always the case. In the spine is all your nerves, your spinal cord and your nerves that come out into the lumbar spine. Problems that you can see with those aren't just pain necessarily. Those are the more obvious, but you can see numbness. Patients can come in without pain, but they may have weakness in their leg or in their arm, and that may be from a pinched nerve that's higher up in the spine somewhere. So those are usually more alarm type symptoms where I would say you need to get evaluated, but it could also be something simple like a muscle strain or a pull where it would end up with back pain or tightness that could result in symptoms prompting care.
That's Dr. Michael Stark with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362 or go online to pbhnphysiciangroup.com.
There are over 1 million people in the U.S. living with profound autism. Many can't speak. Many can't live alone. Few get what they need. The world isn't built for them, and too often it forgets them. But we see them, and we know what's possible with help. Well, to read more about Autism Speaks, science, advocacy, and awareness and acceptance efforts, or to read about some of our other initiatives, please visit autismspeaks.org.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We are an hour and a half out from our fantasy football draft. Tina is sweating bullets. She's nervous. She's like, how in the hell would they put me right behind Theo? This guy's a savant. But you have a co-manager, too, who you say is a football savant. He's going to whoop my tail.
Yes.
Y'all going to be stealing all my players.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I have faith in what you – are you picking any Steelers? Are you anti-Steelers?
I have no idea who I'm picking.
Well, I'm just saying, like, are you going to let your co-manager have full control?
No.
Or are you going to want to have some
I need
input?
a little bit of a say. Yeah. I need to pick
You have no
one
idea
of
where you
them.
want to go with this. Why would we trust your say when you don't even
You got
have
like
a
an hour and a half
preference
to
on where
prep. You have an hour and a half to prep.
They've been prepping. He's been prepping.
Okay. So
he's going to prep it, but you're not going to have any say. So it's just going to be him drafting.
No, I'm going to have someone of a say.
Say on what? You're not doing any prep.
I don't know. Like, maybe I'm be like, hey, we need to get.
Maybe when it comes down to 3 people, he's going to be like, I do this sometimes with my wife, though. Like, if I can't decide
like,
between
give me
2 players to
options.
start
like maybe
on a Sunday morning.
I'm going to say, hey, like, give me some options. Like, let me have, like, some sort of say in this.
I'll be like, it'll be like 11:50, and I can't decide if I'm going to start DeAndre Swift or Isaiah Pacheco. And I'll be like, hey, I'll ask my wife, hey, which one? She's like, I like Pacheco's name. Start him.
The league that I won was the
just if it's down to 50-50 time.
Don't sign me up for that team. Jeez.
The league that I won.
Not today.
The only advice that I was given was the order of like positions to pick.
Yes.
And then I just ended up picking. I picked players who had like the highest points or whatever, and I just kind of guessed, and I won the league.
It works sometimes. Maybe this time you'll go
Cutie patooties.
17-0, 18-0.
Yeah.
Speaking of Palm Beach Resort and Spa.
I wish that our draft today was at the O Resort and Spa because I love a good staycation, and you could have one for yourself as well.
That'd be fun.
They've got the Red, White, and O package celebrating America's 250th birthday. When you book 2 or more nights between now and September 30th, they're giving you a $250 resort credit. Use it however you want. The spa, dinner, little shopping. You get a patriotic welcome gift, complimentary valet. All you have to do is show up and relax. Check it out at O Resort and Spa, Palm Beach.
The last place punishment for our league should be a weekend stay at the O.
I'm losing.
I would definitely. I would sit all of my players every single week.
I like that.
Go in love, go in peace, go enjoy.
Catch the Fightin' Fish in action against the Nationals August 21st through the 23rd. Get ready for 3 straight days of Marlins baseball at can't miss events. Friday, the Magic returns with Harry Potter Night, featuring all new baseball caps with your Hogwarts house colors. Saturday, celebrate Dominican heritage presented by DR Tourism and Arajet with live entertainment and an exclusive jersey. Then wrap up the weekend with Sunday Fun Day featuring Diamond Dash and more family-friendly activities. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now at marlins.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Nick Angelis. They call me the Mickey Mantle of pizza. And now I'm bringing that legendary New York flavor to West Palm Beach at Adrian's Pizza Bar in City Place. From our world-famous square pizza and classic New York pies to pastas, salads, sandwiches, and more, Adrian's brings the taste of New York to every table. So whether you're here for lunch, dinner, the game, or a night out with friends, come taste what made us a New York favorite. Adrian's Pizza Bar in City Place. New York legends live here.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Big week for week 1 of high school football. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for high school football presented by South Florida Ford. First things first, the number 1 team in the ESPN West Palm rankings, West Boca. They travel down to American Heritage Plantation to take on the back-to-back state champs. Should be a good one between juggernauts there. You got a top 10 battle between number 4 Atlantic and number 9 Spanish River. That is going to be taking place this weekend as well. How about Jensen Beach? Keep an eye on them as they look to crack the ESPN West Palm top 10. They travel north to take on number 2, Vero Beach, who just won their kickoff against Cardinal Newman just about a week ago. They look to be as good as anybody in the Palm Beach County Treasure Coast area. And do not forget the defending FIT champs, that's Dr. Joaquin Garcia. They make the trip out to the Muck and take on number 7 Pahokee. At South Florida Ford, football players are built tough and your truck should be too. Head into your local Ford dealer or visit Ford.com/local today.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Summer's winding down and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill and Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill and Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
2026 Florida football tickets are on sale now. Don't miss any of the 6 home games, including the home debut of Coach John Summerall on September 5th versus FAU. Homecoming on October 10th against the South Carolina Gamecocks. And don't miss the annual Saluting Those Who Serve game this year against the Oklahoma Sooners on November 7th. Visit FloridaGators.com and secure your seat for all of the action only in the Swamp.
Well. Looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan.
Hey, Culligan, man!
Their customized water treatment systems help deliver cleaner, better tasting water all throughout your home. And right now, you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months. Serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
ESPN 1063 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet, the home of Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Heat, with all of the biggest live events in sports. If it's happening in sports, it's happening right here on ESPN 1063, South Florida's home for sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
All into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Collins!
It is Russo and Rizzo. It is the 19th of August, 2026. Welcome on into a midweek edition, a Wednesday edition of the program right here on ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo, Elias Bustamante, Mike Rizzo is locked out of his room at Inter Miami. He's got the game tonight, going to be on the call. Stay tuned for that. A 7:30 kickoff for Inter Miami. We'll hear from Mike maybe a little later on in the program if he is soon to become available. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on with him. We got Chris Swagger, the Kaiser University Athletic Director, is going to be joining us in about 20 minutes. Got a lot of things to talk about. The Athletic released, or I should say, the New York Times released a college football playoff coaches tier. We'll get into that. Also, the Dodgers owner, I've been into this all day, Mark Walter, who is the owner of the Dodgers, who owns Guggenheim, which is the company that owns the Dodgers, essentially. Boy, is he on the naughty list. He is in a lot of trouble, a heap of trouble, a lot of financial talk, and I'll try to dumb it down the best the way I can. I don't even know if I'm at the point where I could teach it, but he did a lot wrong. And for those who say, I'll preface it this way. For those who went after the Dodgers, there's been two sides to the labor strikes when it comes to baseball. Are you on the side of the players? And, hey, we deserve to get paid as much as we can. We are sitting here saying that, hey, the Dodgers are willing to spend money. The Yankees are willing to spend money. The Phillies are willing to spend money. Why can't everybody be the Dodgers? Well, anybody can do what the Dodgers can do. Well, it's come to find out now that, sure, anybody can do what the Dodgers do, but maybe without bending a couple laws here and there, breaking a law or two. I mean, not good for Mark Walter and company if what is being alleged is relatively close to the truth. A lot of bad problems there. And I can't listen to people when they say, well, anybody can be the Dodgers. Why don't the Marlins spend like the Dodgers? Because the Dodgers are not spending their money legally. Legally, indeed. Need a salary cap. This just adds to the whole fuel to the fire there. We're streaming live on YouTube at ESPN South Florida, ESPN West Palm on Twitter and Facebook. 888-760-3776 is the number to get into the program. That's 888-760-3776, number to get into the program. We'll stake on what's going on with the Dodgers. All right, Mark Walter, who I think this is the most fascinating thing going on right now. This is a guy who has a sports empire in terms of ownership. He owns wide majority of Chelsea. He owns the soccer club in the Premier League. He owns the wide majority of the Dodgers, or at least owns the company that owns the Dodgers, a part of like a sort of an asset management firm. And on top of that, he has an F1 team. He owns the PWHL. He owns he owned the Lakers for just a year, and then he flipped them for a $2 billion gain, questionably, after buying them just last year. Nobody knew why. Bought the Lakers last year, and all of a sudden now he's selling it to Bob Iger and Jared Kushner. Why are we doing that? So that was the big red flag. And now it's coming out that the Department of Justice is investigating said owner because of failed allocation of loans to his insurance companies. He owns a bunch of insurance companies. Long story short, these premiums that he makes on the insurance companies, he uses these to make loans to his other companies. So when he makes money on his insurance companies, he uses said money to funnel investment into his other companies. And one of those companies actually is the Dodgers and all the money that is being funneled that way. So what this guy has done wrong that people are still trying to figure out is he owns all these companies that basically are the loaner, the lender and the taker, both sides, for everything surrounding the Dodgers. So all that money that they could spend in deferred money to Shohei Ohtani, to Kyle Tucker, to Mookie Betts, to Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, all that money that they could spend is because they have a ton of capital that is being funneled from fraudulently allocated assets from his other companies. If it's true, he's breaking the law. And now it's come out that he needs to pay back these loans. They subpoenaed him. So he's got 90 days to make right on all these loans. That's why he needs to get cash liquid. That's why he's selling the Lakers. That's why he's trying to sell Chelsea. That's why there's rumors of him selling the Dodgers. Because he needs to get this cash quickly or else he's arrested. And I believe the number he owes is $7 billion. And he's about 2 into it. 2 billion of the 7. And from the finance gurus that have sort of came about with this, they've all said that he could either grow his company by 4 times in the next 90 days, continue to sell, because he's got $7 billion to make up next until the end of the year, essentially, or he's in a whole heap of trouble. I say that point to bring it to this. I could get into the financial inaccuracies of what he is doing. Along the lines, he is fraudulently taking loans from the federal government, from his insurance companies, and using that to funnel the TV contracts that the Dodgers get yearly, which is the most lucrative TV contract in the MLB. Every team's different. The Marlins make essentially nothing, whereas the Dodgers make $350 million a year. All that money is being funneled from the own premiums that he makes in his own companies. That's a big no-no. And if you do that, you have to disclose it to the government, which he did not. So he's in a lot of trouble. Finance talk. And I don't know how the MLB is going to respond to this. I don't know how the Department of Justice is going to respond to this. I don't know how he's going to respond to this as the owner. But that should circle back to the primary point we've been making for weeks. If you're going to sit here and all the national media reporters for baseball, the Jeff Passons of the world, said it till the cows came home. Steve Phillips had him on, says the same thing. Anybody can do what the Dodgers are doing. Why aren't people doing what the Dodgers are doing? Why not put $300 million, $500 million into your payroll? Steve Cohen's trying it. Why aren't you doing that? Basically making it about the small market teams that cannot afford or are unwilling to spend money into their teams. They're the problem, not the Dodgers. And now, lo and behold, if any of this is true, it is now becoming more and more apparent that, sure, the Dodgers might principally be doing the right thing by investing in the team, but they're doing it with phony cash. They're doing it fraudulently. That, to me, is the basis and the root of the many, many problems that preside in the finance side of baseball. If you have a salary cap, if you have a salary floor, this doesn't happen. If it's not a free-for-all in how much you could invest or not invest in the team, this stuff doesn't happen. The fact that the Dodgers might get sold or he might get forced to sell because of shady deals he's doing behind the scenes to fund the Dodgers and the media rights that they have. Let me put it this way. The Dodgers, Sportsnet LA is the big fancy media deal that they have. And they're one of the few, Yes Network, SNY for the Yankees and the Mets. He is somebody who the Dodgers make $350 million essentially a year off of their local TV contract. It is now coming out that the company that owns the TV, the Sportsnet LA, is called America Media Productions. It's controlled by the Dodgers ownership group. That's number one, which people didn't know. And number two, they're $1.45 billion in debt. They're for $1.45 million in debt. Well, all right. Well, who's taking on that debt? On whose sheets are those on? You guessed it. 5 companies that are all owned or at least in partner ownership with the owner of the Dodgers. And you might be thinking, is this legal? Is this not legal? It's on the edge of not legal because there's no investment. It's a sweetened deal for their TV contract because there's no bad days because there's one closed loop on who's investing, who's taking the gains, who's taking the losses. It's a closed loop. So cash flow doesn't stop, and very, very bizarre how this is happening. And this structure of how they pay people, I think is going to come crashing down. I don't know what they could do to the contracts. I don't know if this is all true yet. This is all him being investigated. But this is just all the filings that people are finding online. This guy might have done something terribly wrong. And all of that just to say, baseball needs to get the salary cap and floor in place ASAP. We're not going to get baseball for a good chunk of next year. I've already made my peace with that. I've always said that I think the Dodgers need to win in order to reinforce that point that we further need the Dodgers to win to kind of be that last bargaining chip to allow the owners, and I can't believe, you're arguing for the owners. You seem like the bad guy, to finally get the cap and the floor in the MLB. And now we're talking about potentially the biggest spender, one of the biggest bargaining chips the players have is, hey, the Dodgers spend. Just because they're doing it, they could win. All the other teams are capable of the same things. If we're finding out that all other teams are not capable of this without bending laws, creating closed-loop Ponzi scheme type structures, then all of a sudden the players lose a big bargaining chip in that big ecosystem of how they are able to pay their players. That should be addressed. And that hopefully will lead to the induction of the salary cap and floor. This guy might go to jail. Starting to feel more and more like he did something a lot wrong. And we don't really know the whole part of it. He's fire sale. All you know is that there is an owner that is actively fire selling every piece of sports empire, ownership he has. Trying to sell Chelsea. The Lakers was a crazy sell. F1, who knows what he's going to do there? Innocent people don't try to panic sell 10 things at once. They don't do it. Not when they're sports owners. Those are vanity buys. You buy that because you love yourself and you want to be involved. Very rarely do owners run it like a business, and that's their business, like the Steinbrenners. He does it because he has the money for it. But now we're finding out that part of the reason the Dodgers can't afford all of this is because all the debt they're taking on, all the deals that they've put together have been either fraudulently allocated funds from different types of companies that are owned by the same owners. That is a problem. Baseball can avoid all of this, all this crap, when the league and the teams are in such a good spot. Pitch clock is great. Automatic DH worked out. Expanded playoff, I think, works. They need to reseed after the wild card round, but ultimately it works. Teams are good. Stars are in good spots. Because of the reasons that I've said about, only the top teams spend. I know that's part of the problem, but baseball is coming off such a high that all this off-the-field crap is so avoidable. And you could compare this to what the Clippers are doing with Steve Ballmer, Kawhi Leonard, and say, well, the NBA just sort of turned a blind eye to it. The MLB might very well do the same thing. But that's one player. This is fundamentally a problem. Create a cap, create a floor, and this Mark Walter, the owner of the Dodgers, Chelsea, formerly the Lakers, F1, I think he owns Cadillac, but one of those big moguls who has kind of created an empire for himself, If we're going to find out that he is doing it incorrectly or potentially illegally, that is just another piece for the league to establish a cap. Because if the reason that he can afford all of this, afford all these players, is because he's illegally allocating his cash or his businesses or whatever it might be, that needs to change. That is a faulty business model that teams can do that or have been able to do that. That you're talking about potentially a scandal where the Dodgers have illegally created more opportunities to pay players. That is not okay. That cannot happen. That needs to change. Cap to the floor. Saying it for weeks. I think most people agree. Cap to the floor. And you can't come to me and sing the praises if you're Jeff Passons of the world. You know, tweeted 6 months ago that, hey, the Dodgers have broken the system because they've beaten the system because they're willing to spend. Can't run away with that now. That can't be the argument now. Owners, players, fans, whoever you might be. You can't run away with the fact that, hey, the Dodgers are actually helping because they're showing what you can do and what you can accomplish when you invest money. No longer can say that. That is not possible at this point in time. I'm not taking it. Not dealing with that. You want to scream and yell about the Dodgers and how good they are and because they know how to run teams and this and that. They're good at all that. But you want to talk about a closed loop? A closed loop is the small market teams get the big time players. They ship off the big time players because they can't afford the big time players. They can't invest in the team. And they ship them off to the LA or New York or Philadelphia or Chicago or teams that are willing to spend. And those teams spend the money on them and they continue to do it. And it's a closed loop cycle. All the young and up-and-comers come through their farm systems, a.k.a. the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Oakland Athletics, the Cleveland Guardians, whoever it might be, the Milwaukee Brewers. Those are the guys that benefit. Or I should say the big market teams are the ones that benefit, while the small market teams are the ones who get plucked. That is a closed loop that can change. And it is doable to change. And if it costs 80 games, do it. Can't deal with this anymore. Can't do it. You can't continue doing this crap. I don't know. Maybe he's innocent. Maybe he's innocent. I'll tell you this. Guys who panic sell Chelsea and the Lakers in a week's notice. That does not strike me as somebody who is innocent. And Joe Pompliano, who's a great follow on Twitter/X, has talked a lot about what he is doing wrong and a lot of the finance side of it and what reported details are. Here's another part that I'll do before we go to break. We all know that the owner of the Dodgers has been looking for cash to repay the billions of dollars in loans quickly. And he wasn't just trying to sell the sports assets like the Lakers or Chelsea. Apparently, according to John Urand, who is a sports reporter, and I don't know how true this is, but I trust the source. He engaged the Charter Communications Company to see whether the company wanted to exit its local TV deals for the Lakers and the Dodgers several years early in exchange for a lump sum payment. The talks went nowhere. What that means is those fancy deals that the Dodgers have, 25 years, $8.4 billion in TV media rights, and that's why part of the reason they get $350 million a year. It's part of the reason why they could spend the way they can. He wanted to get out of that in exchange for a lot of money now quickly because he needed to pay back whatever fraudulent loans he was getting away with. That cannot happen. Not in sports. Come on. Too many cash-rich owners trying to take advantage of systems, finding loopholes here and there. It is up to the commissioners, and it is up to the unions and all the teams to stop this. Adam Silver has not done it with Steve Ballmer, whether he did something wrong or he didn't. And Rob Manfred, in probably his final big labor union strike or his big CBA negotiation, has an opportunity to really prove a point. I'm not sure if he's going to punish the Dodgers, but what he can do is he can establish his cap on the floor. If Manfred does that, that will be the line one, word one. Rob Manfred's tenure, post Bud Selig and all these guys, he established the salary cap and floor in baseball. That would be a win for everybody. Got Elias Bustamante behind the glass today. 888-760-3776. The number to get into the program, that's 888-760-3776. If you're looking for accident attorney coverage, look no further than what Anijar and Levine, that's Mark Anijar and Glenn Levine, can offer for you. They sponsor the End Zone for Miami Hurricanes football games over down at Hard Rock. And if you drive down 95, you can see 1,000 different options for different accident attorneys that can cover you. You dread the day that you actually need to make a decision. Whether it is a car accident, whether it is a truck accident, whether that is a slip and fall. If you need an accident attorney, do not settle for just anybody. Don't just go blindly into the light and see what type of guy you could get. Go get the best, and the best is Mark and Glenn at Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Do not waste your time. Call them today and get a free consultation. That's 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine are your one-stop shop if you are looking for accident attorney coverage. Go check them out today and take back control of your life. That's 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. We'll ask the AD, do a little Chris Swagger coming in studio next. We got Mike Rizzo, I believe, around 5 o'clock. That's Elias Bustamante, Colin Russo. It is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
At Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, combine a day at the fair and the ballpark on Saturday, August 22nd for County Fair Night, presented by the South Florida Fair. There will be a petting zoo, inflatables, carnival games, raffle prizes, and plenty of food and drink specials for the whole family to enjoy. It's also another Frozen Iguanas game and Code Ninjas Kids Club Saturday. Stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your tickets today.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Main office, West Palm Beach.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill and Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill and Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Hey, Irv, you watching the game?
Watching? I'm all over these live bets on the Hard Rock Bet app right now. Brother, I'm in the game. That's a quick winner. Si se puede, si se puede, si se
Live
puede.
betting on Hard Rock Bet makes any game worth celebrating.
Si se.
Download the Hard Rock Bet app and start live betting today. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Well. Looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan. Their customized water treatment systems help deliver cleaner, better tasting water all throughout your home. And right now, you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months. Serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
It is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. The 19th of August, 2026, a Wednesday edition. It's Colin Russo. We've got Elias Bustamante behind the glass helping us out today. Mike Rizzo is going to be down at Inter Miami. We're going to get him organized in just a moment. Mike Rizzo, who's going to be on the call tonight, 7:30 kickoff, so stay tuned for that. And we got him in studio. You know him from Kaiser University. He's the athletic director at Kaiser University. Let's get into a little Ask the AD with Mr. Chris Swagger.
It's time to ask the AD. Kaiser University Athletic Director Chris Swigert joins Russo and Rizzo to talk all things college sports, the latest on Kaiser athletics and more. Ask the AD is presented by Kaiser Seahawks Athletics. Learn more at kuseahawks.com.
Mr. Swigert, welcome in. It's been a little bit. How are you today? What's going on?
It's good. Busy time of year.
Yeah, everybody's back on rocking and rolling, essentially, right?
Volleyball opened up our season this past weekend. They split. They went 2-2 against some ranked opponents. Men's soccer have had some scrimmages. They opened up their season this Saturday, and then we're about 2.5 weeks away from football. They opened that Labor Day weekend, week 1, so we'll be in full swing.
Wow, it should be good. And you got, of course, Florida State coming, starting out. They got an early game against New Mexico next weekend. You marked your calendar, of course?
Yeah, I do now, I guess. I've been busy, man. I got my own stuff to worry about.
This time of the year, I guess, with everything kind of rolling, so the other fall sports almost get started about 2 or 3 weeks earlier than football.
Yeah, so the first official date you can practice is August 1st. But obviously there's a time frame in which you can practice based off your first game. So usually we spread it out where one team comes back August 1.
Oh, you'll stagger it purposefully.
Yeah, because you can't start, like, let's say it's 14 days prior to your first competition when you can start actually practicing. So we'll stagger it out. But they're all usually back by about the 7th. The last team that has to come in is cross country. They'll come in about a week early. They run so they can train on their own. And it has been a brutal summer. I will say that. This has got to be the hottest one that I can remember. So
you agree. So I've only been here for 3 summers. This August has been, the last 3 weeks especially, have been as bad as it's ever been.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's bad.
You're
but
a
I
South
also
Florida
love it.
guy, but it's been that bad.
Heat on my skin, but
I don't know. You're nuts for that. It's been that bad.
It's hot. Yeah, it's hot.
And you're born and raised in South Florida, so this is as bad as you can remember.
Yeah, I don't know if I've gotten soft,
Soft from what? You've been down here.
When you're a kid, you're outside more often. I'm not running around, but
AC of Kaiser University, yeah, it's top of the line.
But I will say, even from talking to the coaches, the last 5 years, it's different, which I can't complain because we haven't had the afternoon showers.
That's what I was going to say. It has been hotter throughout the day. Usually August is where it showers every single day.
So we've actually gotten to get a lot more practices in the past. Like there was one year where I think, in 2 weeks, we had 2 days of practice for some of the teams. So you can't complain about that. And for the teams that are going to play this weekend, one's coming Thomasville, Georgia, and then the other one's Barry from South Florida, so they're used to it. But for Thomasville, it'll be interesting to see how they deal with it.
Yeah, that's Georgia. They got heat.
It ain't the same. It's not the same.
So are you brutal with cold weather? You can't handle it? You said soft. You said soft. Are you soft with cold weather?
I'm wise. So when people move down from up north, I'll give you my thing.
All right.
I'll wear a jacket when it's 78 out or like a windbreaker, right? And everyone, they move down and they'll make fun of me. And then usually about 6 months later, they're doing the same thing because you realize you don't have to live that way. When you're up north, you're in freezing cold temperatures. You don't have to have gloves and scrape ice off your car and warm it up for 30 minutes. You don't have to live that way. You can live down here in heat and when it's 75, put on a jacket. It's fine. You don't have to shiver.
How are you in the 1 month a year in South Florida in January where it can get into the 40s and the 50s?
I love sweatshirts. I don't know, I love shoes, I love sweatshirts, jackets. I don't know. So I have I get to break them out, which is fun.
You don't get to mix up the shoes when it's hot out?
No, I like a wide variety of shoes. So it's the same with sweatshirts and
like
jackets.
Boots or something like that?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. I was just in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Have you ever been?
I've been to Wyoming a few times.
You've been to Mountain West?
Up that way, yes.
So you haven't been to Jackson Hole, Wyoming?
No, I've not been to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I can't tell you where I've been because I don't remember the name of it.
Why were you there?
Nationals, competition, something. We have some pretty remote locations that we compete at sometimes. So.
Okay. Wow. So I was in Jackson Hole, Wyoming last week. I'll tell you, pretty excellent spot. I'm
sure that whole area is beautiful.
That place has 56 billionaires?
I'm sure. It's like Yellowstone, man, when they talk about that one concentration of the area where there's more billionaires there.
Another thing, I went to Yellowstone for a day, which is in northwest Wyoming. Okay. And it's about 100 miles away from, I was at Grand Teton National Park. Did Yellowstone, did a full day there. Was there at 8 a.m., left at 5 p.m.
I'm talking about Yellowstone, the show, though, not Yellowstone, the park. But yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I've not seen the show. But I will say, the geysers, everybody's big on the geysers there. Complete and utter waste of time. Wait.
It's like a spring that shoots water, correct?
It is comparable to right here at City Place, the water that shoots out of the ground.
Have you been to any of the springs in Florida? Like Devil's Den, which is up north?
Yes, yeah, but it's not all right. It's much bigger scale of that at Yellowstone, and it's hot. So like it's supposed to be like steam, and it's supposed to be this big thing. They got this thing called Old Faithful, and they put it on the website. There's no service once you get into the park, so you got to figure it out beforehand. And it tells you, oh, this thing's going to erupt at 9:30. You got to be there. Oh, you got to be there. It's going to be huge. All right. So you show up to this Old Faithful, and it's like this little wooden walkway in this open field in Yellowstone, the center of Yellowstone. From the entrance of this park to that place, probably 90 minutes, 80 minutes of a drive. And you get there, and you wait, and there's like a 12-minute plus-minus buffer on when this thing's going to go off. And then it goes off. It lasts 3.5 minutes, and then you're like, that was a waste of time.
Sounds like my bat experience in Austin when I was on the bridge. Same thing.
What was the bat experience?
Like all these bats migrate, I guess, to the bridge in Austin, and then when the sun goes down, like thousands fly out.
Batman? Oh wow.
Yeah, similar to Batman, except
they
didn't fly out, so I didn't get to the Batman.
So you're waiting there for bats.
They fly, yeah. I mean, but it's still. I don't know how exciting it would have been had they flown out. So
wow,
you're just waiting for an hour and a half.
You waited for an hour and a half for bats to fly out from under a bridge?
I mean, the place was packed. I mean, it was 3 deep on the bridge, and then people getting kayaks and stuff and boats. I mean, it's probably 900 or 1,000 people there.
Wow, it's a rabies super spreader event.
Yeah, they're not biting bats. They're like Mexican bats or something. I don't know.
Okay. All right, interesting. But yes, I will say.
Great sports talk. There we go.
If you're looking for a place, it's a good family spot too. Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Young person spot too, like a lot of young kids. No, and you're an outdoorsy guy. You love hiking.
I do. I don't know if I like hiking. I can hike. I don't know how much the family would. I'm a fast walker, so I don't know how much they're going to keep up with me.
You're saying
people get lost in Yellowstone too. I mean,
people get lost. Hey, I can see why. I can see why. Just dense forest. People get hurt and guaranteed bears. Yeah. Didn't see any bears. Saw 9 moose. How's that?
Saw moose.
9.
Is meese? Saw the plural mooses.
No,
what is
moose? Just moose.
Okay.
Just moose.
9 moose.
That is Chris Frog, the Kaiser University athletic director. We're still working on Mike Rizzo, who is losing his mind right now at Air Miami because they locked him out of the room where he's supposed to do. They locked him out of the room where he's supposed to do the show.
Okay.
Right? And they made a mistake. I don't know. And he's texting us.
Did he drop the? Do you know who I am? I'm the voice. Has he done that one yet?
Maybe. Elias probably he did. Because guys, I'm the voice of Inter Miami. Yeah. I should be able.
This game can't happen if I'm not on air.
He's probably talking about how he needs a key because he's the voice. Okay. So he's setting up the equipment to join us, Mike Rizzo. He's down in Fort Lauderdale for an Inter Miami road game. But yeah, he probably needs a key to the room that they do the broadcast in. So he'll join us momentarily, if at all. All right, here's the thing that came out with The Athletic today. I'm curious in your thoughts. You're a big college football guy. You're an FSU fan. It's not going to be Mike Norvell related, but this is going to be coach related. And they released a 8-tiered college football coach.
Sure, why not?
8 is a little much.
How many per tier? How many do you get in?
Differentiating per tier. So, for example, there are 2 coaches in the first tier. Okay. And my immediate thought process was, all right, is this going to be, I was surprised by 2 because I'm like, there's the 4 active guys that have won titles that recently.
Right.
Dabo, Kirby Smart, Kurt Cignetti, and Ryan Day.
Right.
And there's only 2 there. So I was like, all right, if there's an odd man out, it's probably Dabo. But the other 3, have your pick at it.
Right.
They put Kurt Cignetti and Kirby Smart alone outside of Ryan Day. And I know Mike's not here to defend him.
Is the tier based off last year only?
Quote, the standard. So it can't be from last year because Kirby lost Ole Miss. So is it really about last year? It's not. I think this is about where they stand today. And he's sitting there.
I wouldn't put Cignetti. I don't think. Cignetti's a good coach, and obviously he had success.
He went undefeated last year. Give him a little credit.
He had success, and he had
success is an understatement.
Right, and he had a good tenure at other schools, but I just don't think he's had the longevity.
I would agree.
Because let's say they come out this year and they go 7-5, and next year they go 10-2, which still isn't a bad record, but would you still have him in tier 1? Probably not.
Right.
So, I understand that Kirby Smart.
Absolutely.
If a job were to open, obviously he'd be on the top of everyone's list to get. But
let me put it this way too. Tier 2, quote, established winners is how they defined it. There are about 10 coaches on this. Okay. And you let me know if this is a fair assessment.
See if I can think. Okay.
You want to name? You can do it backward if you want to figure this out. But
give me the names and let me think of who
Ryan
I would
Day,
remove. Okay.
Of Ohio State, Kalen DeBoer of Alabama, James Franklin of Virginia Tech, Marcus Freeman of Notre Dame, Lane Kiffin of LSU, Mario Cristobal of Miami, Dan Lanning of Oregon, Steve Sarkisian of Texas, Dabo Sweeney of Clemson, and then Kyle Whittingham of Michigan. That is the 10
I would take
tier 2
5 off
coaches. Take 5 off that. All right, so off the top, are you taking off Kyle Whittingham of Michigan?
Yes.
All right, I would agree with that. Dabo Sweeney, are you taking off?
No, I'll leave Dabo.
You're gonna
because to me it's a longevity thing.
He's been there forever. He's won 2 titles.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about last year only, but if you're talking about just lifespan, then he's got to be on that.
I would agree. Are you taking off Lane Kiffin? I am.
He's borderline. I didn't have him off. Go to the next one.
Oh, you did not have him
No.
off. Did you have Steve Sarkisian of Texas on
I
there?
had Steve Sarkisian off.
You have him off. So you're taking Steve Sarkisian. What's the difference between Sarkisian or Kiffin? What's the difference?
Well,
Sarkisian's actually made a run to a semifinal.
Has he? I mean, okay. What
Wait,
else
2
has he
years
done?
ago?
Yeah, Texas. How do you not win at Texas?
I know, but Lane Kiffin hasn't done anything either.
Ole Miss still wasn't bad, and he did build the team. I get he wasn't there towards the end of the year, but
no, he doesn't get credit for those wins. You're giving him credit for those wins?
How do you do at FAU, which no one else has done that well? I mean, he's had success at multiple programs, I guess is the way I look at it.
Okay.
Sarkisian, not necessarily.
Yeah, okay, fine.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was okay, yeah.
I would
USC.
take them both off, but I understand your point.
He also got outed at Washington.
Yeah.
Right? And then Texas, I think, is underachieved, to be honest with you.
In some art, you could absolutely make the argument.
I guess that's the difference for me.
This is a big year for Steve Sarkisian.
I would almost
is bottom
say
line.
Lane has overachieved in some areas. Now this will be big at
LSU. USC was a dumpster fire.
But
FAU overachieved.
Ole Miss shouldn't have been top 5. I mean, just in general.
No doubt, totally overachieved.
FAU, whereas Sarkisian, I feel like is underachieved, and that's why I would put it that way.
Dan Lanning of Oregon, is he in that tier? It's another guy who you could make the argument has had a plethora of resources.
But what has he done? I mean, what I would say is he needs more time in the Big Ten because I don't necessarily know that Pac success would carry over.
And he's got a couple bad losses. Remember, in the 2023, the last year of the 14 playoff, he had a game that was essentially a win and in against Washington. They lost.
Yeah.
And they lost to Washington twice at the end of the year. So that's another one where like you have a lot of hiccups to clean up. Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame. I think he's on this. He made a title run last year.
He's borderline for me, but I'd put him there.
He made a title run. Your criteria was like sustained. I understand like career-long success. You can't pit it. You can't fault a guy for only being a coach for 7 or 8 years. But I will say a run is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a run.
I'd also say the resources you've had.
Okay. All these schools have resources,
but to different levels.
All right. So Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, I'll keep him. Yeah.
James Franklin of Virginia Tech.
No.
In terms of a tier 2 college football coach, you're saying no.
I would say. I mean, they've made one playoff appearance.
They made the run to the semifinal last year with Penn State, and he had a lot of years where he missed out in the 14 playoff.
Right. So, and you've got
he's a tremendous underachiever, and the tier 2 is quote established winners. I would make the argument that James
his
Franklin,
overall record is good, but when you look at who they've played, again, I'm not a big Ten.
I mean, he's got
defender here because I think there's a lot of built-in wins in the Big Ten schedule.
Right, but he's got like I think 2 wins against top 10 and like 15 or 17 losses.
Right.
All right, so James Franklin out. What about Kalen DeBoer of Alabama?
No.
Went to a title game for Washington.
He did go to a title game, but I don't necessarily know, and I don't know that it's his fault at the Alabama. I just don't know that he's the tier 2 right now.
Mario Cristobal of Miami.
I'd say no.
Just made it. All right.
No, and here's why. If he has another good year, yes. However, going into this past year, you could have potentially said it was not necessarily make or break, but let's say
there was pressure.
Let's say they have 3-4 losses.
Yeah. Remember after the Cam Ward year too, so
right. So they have another good year, then yeah, by all means, then they're ascending. But at this point, I don't know that 1 year puts you on the list. Just like I would say the same for Sarkisian. I wouldn't put him on the list for 1 year.
But you put Lane Kiffin on there because Kiffin has overachieved at bad programs.
But Lane Kiffin has had winning season at multiple places.
Winning seasons and successful seasons are two different
and
things.
I don't know. Just again, I'd have to look at the schedule, but like at FAU and Ole Miss, they won the games they're supposed to win. They didn't have upset losses. I mean, the 1 year with Cristobal when they decided to go for it instead of downing the ball. I mean, I think of those situations. And granted, he's hopefully getting better and evolved, and he's an amazing recruiter. If it's a recruiting list, then he's up there probably at the top. But I think he probably needs 1 more year
of sustained success before
right.
you're able to.
And again, they've got the roster this year, but you also have a lot of new pieces. So if they take a step back, if they have 3 losses this year, and then they got, which isn't bad, but do people look at it the same?
And Ryan Day, you're keeping.
Yeah, I would keep. I mean, obviously, I think
would
Ryan Day's argument
Ryan
for
Day.
1.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I don't know why he's not a tier 1.
Yeah, they're in the playoff every single year. They've been right there for a number of years. He's got a title. And
They finally beat Michigan. So if he had lost that one, then
yeah. So of the guys of the 10 tier 2 coaches, which is Mario Cristobal, Ryan Day, Kalen
who's your
DeBoer,
tier 3? Because I'll be honest
bigger
with
list. You ready?
Like Franklin, I'm interested who's on 3 to see where to even put him.
They open up a little bit of the floodgates on tier 3. It's
well, let me back up a second. So I will say I'm also, now that I'm thinking about this, I don't know so much if I'm removing some of the tier 2 as moving up some tier to 2.
All right, so I'm going to give you a number of names.
Like
from
maybe
tier
you
3.
keep Mario and Sarkisian at a 2 if you're moving Ryan Day up to 1. If you're moving, you know what I'm saying?
I totally understand what you're saying.
It's just the list itself. If you're the only 2 people on the list for tier 1 of those 2, then yeah, you have to kind of take some people down.
Tier 3 is, quote, according to this article in The Athletic, quote, consistency with upside, right? That is tier 3.
Okay.
There are, I'm going to ballpark that we got about 22 names here. I'm not going to bore you with all of them. I'm just going to give you a couple of highlights.
Okay.
Brett Bielema at Illinois is on this list.
Mm-hmm.
You're okay. Kirk Ferentz at Iowa is on this list.
Did this list come out in 2016?
Give Kirk Ferentz a little credit.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, Bielema?
Yeah.
Well, Bielema, all right, they've been up and down, but that's a 9-win team, fairly consistent.
Where was he before? Was it Arkansas or something?
Oh, he blew up Arkansas. He's at Wisconsin. He was good coach.
He was at Wisconsin. Then
good coach of Wisconsin.
Yeah, and then Arkansas was a disaster.
Yeah, he's been fine at Illinois.
Yeah, but that's the upside.
All right. Jeez, you're not high on Brett Bielema. What about Lincoln Riley? He's on tier 3.
No. Lincoln Riley could get fired this year. Right, you can't have a tier 3 coach that's on the hot seat.
Sure you can. Sure you can. Sure you can. All right, so you're not high on. Does anybody deserve to be listed on this? Mike Elko of Texas A&M, fairly fresh.
Yeah, I would put him there.
All right. Oh, all right. So you love Mike Elko. All right, how about this? Joey McGuire, Texas Tech. Remember, they hired him out of high school.
How long has he been there?
4 years, maybe 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, that conference, like what? I don't know. I wouldn't say no. I mean, the thing with Elko is obviously I'm giving him a little credit for Duke.
Yeah, he was good at Duke.
And then he carried over Texas A&M, and they've had success.
And for a school that's hard to have success at, with all the resources.
Correct. So that's why I would say like he's been at 2 different places. He's had success at 2 different places. That's why I'd give him a little bit more credit than who's the last guy you named?
With Mike Elko and then the Joey McGuire, who was his first gig.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Texas Tech, I mean, you really don't have anything to go off of, I guess, as far as is it translatable?
Here's an interesting one. Bob Chesney, who was a former JMU coach, who is now the coach of UCLA, has not coached the game for UCLA. He's on tier 3, alongside Matt Campbell, Joey McGuire, Lincoln Riley, who has been to college football playoffs.
See, the JMU thing, that's why I go back to Signetti, because he had success at JMU.
Mid-level success doesn't necessarily carry.
No, but that's why I'm saying it was successful. The same here. Like, at least you've won. I mean, winners win. So I can see why, but I also think it's UCLA, so you also could end up with a 6-6 record and a 7-5, and I wouldn't put you there. So,
do you want to take a guess at tiers 1 through 8 where Mike Norvell of Florida State lands?
So he's on the list. Is every coach listed?
Every coach is listed on this. Every single one.
And this is based, okay, let me ask you this question. On the tiers, are there like defined, like tier 3 was potential, right? What's tier 4?
That's actually a good question. I'll give you the 1 through 8 titles.
Okay, there we go.
Tier 8 is little to nothing positive. Tier 7 is tough starts and hot seats. Tier 6 is great starts. Tier 5 is up and down. Tier 4 is usually solid.
Tier 7.
Wow.
Based off that definition.
Because
he's going to, they'll
have starts and hot seats.
They'll win a couple games at the beginning, but if they go, he's already on the hot seat regardless. So at the end of the day, they play Miami, I think week 4. They play them a lot earlier.
They play week 6. They
play Florida early this year. That's what it is.
They put Mike Norvell in tier 5, up and down, which technically by definition you could live with.
Okay.
More like down and up and then back down again.
And look, I hope he does great. I really do. I never want, especially being in this industry, you meet a lot of great coaches and you realize the impact that they can have on men and women. And maybe the success isn't there, but they have an impact and they have families and everyone that just is kind of behind them that gets affected. So I hope he does well, but I just don't see it happening based off of what's transpired to this point and the fact that, the highs and lows have been so dramatic. You can't go from, 13 wins to 2. I mean, it's not like it was a drop off of 7. So, I don't see it, but hopefully he can climb. We'll see.
Indeed. Now, I'll give you a couple usually solid. The guys who are on this, Brent Venables of Oklahoma is on tier 4. Luke Fickell of Wisconsin, he should be a tier 5 or tier 6.
What is he on? Tier 4?
He's tier 4, usually solid. Usually solid. When was he solid with Wisconsin? At any point? Was he Wisconsin? Brent Key of Georgia Tech.
Where's Bill Belichick?
That's a good question. You want to take a guess?
Well, again, are
Bill
we basing this
Belichick,
off college only?
Yeah, it's up
I guess
to you.
7, 6.
Tier 7 is correct.
Okay.
He is in tier 7 alongside of Zach Kitley of FAU. He is alongside Mike Loxley of Maryland. He is alongside Jeff Lebby of Mississippi State. He is alongside. That's the lot that Bill Belichick, the greatest coach in NFL history, is alongside. You think that's fair? Totally fair.
Yeah, I mean, again, if it's based off college, yeah.
You think this is his last year, or you think he'll give it a couple more years? Bill Belichick.
I think if they don't fire him, will he retire? Is that the question? Or
He might walk away, but yeah, you think they'll ever give him that opportunity?
I don't know, man. With the GM getting in trouble and kind of going out, and that was his guy, it's going to be tough. I mean, you got a new AD, or recent AD,
Yep.
So usually you got about a 3-year time frame there because they want their guy.
It's not a program that is foreign to like having.
But
good
again, I'll go
seasons
back to the same conversation about what Florida State before is how much is the buyout, who you going to replace him with, and how much money you got. So I mean, that's what it's going to come down to: is do you want to go poor to fire a coach, and then you're stuck for another couple of years? Because obviously UNC does have boosters. I don't know how much basketball versus football they have.
Yep.
But they're not in a position, I don't think, where they can just empty the bank's fire and bring someone else in.
Yeah. They do have Jordan money, but I don't know how much of that is going towards football anyway.
Correct. I mean, obviously, if Michael Jordan wants him gone, then different story. But no, I would think he gets, unless it's just a disaster this year, you would think if they go 6-6, 7-5, something like that, he probably gets one more year.
I think I would agree, but I think he'll walk away before they get.
Really what it comes down to probably this year is the talent level on the team. Right. Last year, you could argue he came in late, didn't have a chance to bring his guys in. This year, you're running into a situation where
you could build teams quickly. So this is up to you. This is a reflection on you.
And you've had a spring with them, you've had a summer with them.
Yeah.
So you can
team
implement
stakes
your
on
systems.
It's on you.
Yeah. And then usually what's going to happen too is before the coach goes, coordinators go. So is he going to fire his kid?
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's normally what's going to happen is OC's going to go down, DC's going to go down, and then you're last. But I'm pretty sure, if I remember, his son is supposed to be his heir apparent. That's part of the contract.
There's some rules in the contract. I mean, that they're going to burn that if they need to. I don't know how. If you had a coach, would you sign a contract like that? Coach said, "Well, hold on, you could get me, big time coach, the NAIA level," and he goes, "You could get me, but you got to hire my son, unproven."
I don't like long term. I would rather do short term, like
no stipulations in contracts.
You do well for a few years. And we'll re-up you. We'll give you more. But I just
if you're a 15-year coach here and you say a guy who's been with the program with us for 7 or 8 years, it's a different conversation than coming in with the
I just think in today's world, so much changes. I mean, really stuff changes within 1, but 2 to 3, 4 years. There's a lot that can change. Not only with their desire to do the job as the landscape changes, because it's not the same as it was 4 or 5 years ago, but also just how you recruit, how you sign kids, what you do. So I think a lot can happen. And honestly, if you do well, then you earn more money, right? Because you're going to renegotiate anyway.
Every year.
Like with going back to Norvell, I would have rather when there was his agent did a great job floating rumors that when Statement left, he was going to be the Alabama guy coming off a good season. I would have gone with more money for less years, knowing I can get out of it in 3 versus whatever, you got a 10-year deal. Because then you're just, you don't know what's going to happen in 10 years.
The highest amount of leverage that there are amongst coach contracts of all sports is college football and their head coaches. That's the most amount of leverage that the coaches actually have.
Yeah.
The agents
I don't know
have.
how many long-term contracts have been successful.
Yeah, that's a good point.
At any level. I mean, once you give someone a 7, 8, 9, because again, the landscape, especially of college athletics now, changes now. I mean, it could change again in a month and a half if the Protect College Sports Act passes. It could change again if something else. So, a great coach today, recruiting-wise, may not be a great coach down the road, and vice versa. Back in the day, you could have someone with those great X's and O's and could get by with moderate talent. I don't think that exists anymore. So it's just you got to kind of evaluate the situation, and I think 10, 6, 7 years is way too long.
That's Chris Swager, the Kaiser University Athletic Director. Speaking of the next month and a half, what can people look forward to with Kaiser University Athletics the next couple weeks here?
Well, again, we got men's and women's soccer opening this weekend at home. Volleyball's already gotten going. They will be playing again here about a week, and then they head out to a tournament up in Kentucky. Football opens up on the road Labor Day weekend, but you can watch all games streaming on KUCX.com. Tickets also on sale, KUCX.com. And our first home game for football is September 26th. So season tickets will go on sale. Actually, they should be today for returning season ticket holders, and then go on for everyone else later this week. So
nice.
You can pick up your tickets there.
Go get your tickets, KUCX.com. Chris, we appreciate it as always. Looking forward to talking again soon.
All right, thanks.
That's Chris Swager. That's Colin Russo, Elias Bustamante. We got Mike Rizzo joining us a little after the 5 o'clock hour. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, and I'm here to talk about printing. Banyan Printing and Signs is ESPN West Palm's official print partner, and they are nothing short of amazing. Their quality is top-notch, their turnaround time is quick, and their team is helpful, which makes a huge difference. For over 10 years, ESPN West Palm has trusted Banyan Printing with our brand, so if you're looking for a printing partner, they are the best. You can find them online at banyanonline.com or give them a call at 561-586-6220.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
Yeah, man.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
That was Chris Swager, the Kaiser University Athletic Director, who joined us just recently. Appreciate him giving us the time. Go to KUCX.com for more information, as it is a little about 5 before the hour here on the 19th of August, 2026. Couple sports news in terms of the NFL. Jaden Higgins, the Texans never get lucky with their wide receiver injuries, especially offensively. They're always dealing with something. Back to the Lamar Miller days, Arian Foster. Always guys getting beat up. Jaden Higgins tears his ACL at camp. He will be out for the entire season. It came during a joint practice with the Raiders. He's the 2025 second-round pick. Looking for him to have a big-time year, but geez. Tank Dell is back. They missed him for a while. They had the Stephon Diggs thing they had to deal with. They had the Nico Collins thing they got to deal with. They never get lucky with all of that. But neither here nor there. The Texans deal with yet another preseason injury. That's just what happens to the guys who get knocked down. I don't know if it's the turf. I don't know if it's practice schedule. They don't practice nearly as much as they used to. I don't know. Guys are bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic than ever before. It is crazy to see just how many season-ending injuries, guys getting knocked off left and right for the entire year throughout NFL preseason training camp. Go download the Hard Rock Bet app today, and you can bet on any of the overs, any of the unders, any of the game-by-game, any of the player props that are come available once football season starts. It's obviously the MLB season right now. If you think Shohei Ohtani is going to pull ahead in this NL MVP race, if you think PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong of the Chicago Cubs, is going to continue that illustrious season he is having, go bet it on the app today. You got that. You get game-by-game stuff, as I said, the futures. We're going to be getting into that in the next couple weeks here with college and the NFL, including win totals. We're going to be going schedule by schedule, trying to figure out the best picks to take. Go do it all in the Hard Rock Bet app. It's perfectly catered for the new player and the experienced player, and it's in one spot. Go refer a friend, get $50 in bonus bets to the app today. It is Hard Rock Bet, offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus. Physically present in front of the wager. Terms and conditions do apply. You, somebody knows a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. More injuries. There's a couple of guys dealing with, lingering stuff. Is McCaffrey okay? Some people think that Christian McCaffrey is out for this week, trying to renegotiate a contract after the Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs re-extensions. There's probably an argument to that. And a couple other things to keep an eye on with that. We'll keep you updated with all of the injuries going on in training camp. We'll also get into a little 5 at 5, maybe looping in Mike Rizzo on the other side of things. I believe we are. But this has been Russo and Rizzo coming back with the 5 p.m. hour and the 5 at 5 coming up next on ESPN 106.3.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com. That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com.
Evan Cohen here, reminding you that ESPN 106.3 is the official home for Inter Miami Soccer. Tonight, Inter Miami is back on the road and back on your radio. The Pink and Black visit Philadelphia with coverage starting at 7 here on ESPN 106.3.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill & Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill & Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Hey, it's Steph Prince here, and in South Florida, you need an AC team that can deliver in the clutch. That's why my family trusts Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. As a mom of 3, trust me, when your AC goes down, you don't want to strike out with the wrong company. You want a team that keeps the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps the family cool. And Bob Bradley knows a thing or two about coaching a winning team. He coached his son Bobby all the way to becoming a first-round draft pick, and now he's helping his grandson Trey develop his game. And one thing's for sure, high high standards run in the Bradley family. Bob brings that same major league mindset to the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning. From residential and commercial repairs to installations, maintenance, and upgrades, they step up to the plate and get the job done right the first time. And while Bob waits for Trey's call to the majors, he's still delivering major league service every single day right here in South Florida. Call Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning today at 561-793-7497 or visit bradleyair.com.
Well. Looks like your well water could use a little help. If you're dealing with hard water, funky smells, or water that just doesn't taste right, it's time to make your well water swell water with Culligan. Their customized water treatment systems help deliver cleaner, better tasting water all throughout your home. And right now, you can try Culligan for just $10 a month for your first 3 months. Serving South Florida since 1936. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
If you are looking for the perfect excuse to treat yourself this summer, I've got one for you. O Resort and Spa in Palm Beach is offering its Red, White, and O package. And it's such a great way to enjoy a luxury staycation. Book 2 nights or more through September 30th, and you'll receive a $250 resort credit to use at the spa, restaurants, or resort shops, plus complimentary valet parking and a special welcome gift. Visit EAUResortAndSpa.com to book your Red, White, and O getaway. You deserve it. Terms and conditions apply.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill. Our game is always on.
2026 Florida football tickets are on sale now. Don't miss any of the 6 home games, including the home debut of Coach John Summerall on September 5th versus FAU. Homecoming on October 10th against the South Carolina Gamecocks. And don't miss the annual Saluting Those Who Serve game this year against the Oklahoma Sooners on November 7th. Visit FloridaGators.com and secure your seat for all of the action only in the Swamp.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Ball into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo.
Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
We're back with the 5 p.m. hour of Russo and Rizzo right here on ESPN 106.3. We got Colin Russo, Leah Spusamente helping us out. Appreciate Chris Swagger giving us the time a little earlier on. He is live from Fort Lauderdale. A little bit of a mishap getting on the air today, but we got Mr. Mike Rizzo joining us. He's going to be here. Hear him on the English call of the Inter-Miami game tonight, 7:30 kickoff. Mike, how we doing today? Welcome into the program officially. What's going on?
You got me loud and clear?
Got you loud and clear. What's going on?
There he is. There he is.
What, you got locked out?
A number of things happened. But I was unable to get to the show on time, and we're here now. Listen, there's a lot of things about that coaches thing that's wrong, obviously including Ryan Day, which I'm sure we'll get to in a little bit. But Colin, ready to rock, ready to roll, and I know we got the 5 at 5 here coming up.
And we got the Inter-Miami game tonight, 7:30.
Yes.
Where can you tune into that?
You know, right here on ESPN 106.3 on our YouTube page at ESPN West Palm FC. We got Philadelphia, believe it or not, they're on a 4-game win streak. So Inter-Miami coming off of kind of a tough 4-1 loss against Nashville in a 6-point game. Inter-Miami had a chance to overtake the Eastern Conference from Nashville if they were to win, and obviously losing by 3 goals, that wasn't the case. So Lionel Messi going to be in the starting lineup, and we're full sails forward now on your Inter-Miami Radio Network coming up at 7:30. Keep in mind, too, we got Pink Smoke coming up at 6 o'clock. We'll break down the entire game. We'll break down what's happening around the MLS and in world football. You know, there's Colin, it's a fun time right now in all of world football with the transfer window. You know, Premier League teams making their side stronger. There's a lot of rumors. So we'll go through all of that coming up at 6 o'clock today.
And Ronaldo announced that he's going to be done here after this year.
He's got a new look. Did you see his new look?
What did he change?
He got married and he dyed his hair like a whitish blonde. So go take a look at Cristiano Ronaldo's new look
for his last year officially, right? Last year,
his final year,
which is the right move. Right move.
I kind of wish he would have retired after the World Cup.
You mean this past World Cup?
Yeah, I don't know if we need to do a whole club season. You know, I love Cristiano Ronaldo. He's playing in the Saudi Arabia League.
Yeah, true. Nobody's going to watch that. Nobody's going to watch that.
People watch it. People watch Ronaldo because it's Ronaldo. But, you know, Cristiano, man, he's got a soft spot with me, being a Manchester United fan, man. Arguably the best player to ever put on our jersey.
Right. Well, speaking of that, let's bounce around. Let's do a little 5 at 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union.
5 topics.
High 5.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Endless takes.
You can't handle the truth.
All gas, no brakes.
And it's shaking big time.
It's time for the 5 at 5.
Hold on to your butts.
Presented by Flagler Credit Union, proud supporter of FAU athletics. Number 1.
Well, Colin, we brought up Saudi Arabia, and I think it's a good time to touch on the Live Tour, because the Live Tour today had to cancel their final event of the season and are now ending their season this week instead of their final event. Reports also say that the tour also owes money to multiple vendors. Colin, is Live looked at as an ultimate failure in the grand scope of things?
No doubt, a complete and utter disaster. I guess the question is what they're going to do with the big-time golfers. What are they going to do with Tyrrell Hatton? What are they going to do with John Rahm, DeChambeau? I don't know if all of them want to come back. I hope that we're going to see somebody like Rahm back on tour here soon. We've played this song and dance a number of times. I know they're saying they have investors. It doesn't sound like they have investors. They had to cancel tournaments. Figure out a final way to get these guys back into PGA. Get them a big hefty fine, have it go towards the tour. If you're going to make $75 million on DeChambeau, Hatton, and Rahm, and Cam Smith, make $100 million on them spending $25 million apiece on comeback fees, and then having them work their way up through either the Challenger Series or the Championship Series, no problem. Remember, the PGA Tour is changing, and it's turning into a little bit of a promotion relegation system. Have them start the Challenger Series. Have them play a couple tournaments and see if they have to win against a bunch of amateurs. And have them do that. All right, fine. But they need to get these guys back in ASAP and give the PGA Tour credit. I mean, they withstood the storm off of, they rode on class and tradition, and that's what worked out at the end.
The penance is going to be interesting in what some of these golfers are going to have to do. I think that's what you look at. Is it going to be a Brooks Koepka situation where I forget exactly what Brooksy had to do to get back onto the tour, pay a fine or whatever it may have been. But that's the story here. How lenient are they going to be on the guys who went and took the oil money? And how are the players going to react when they get back as well? So I think those are probably the biggest things when it comes to this. But, oh, my God, is Live a failure? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if you're a golfer that reaped the benefits of a lot of the money that Live gave you, you're probably saying no. You got to go on a hiatus. Kyle, think of it this way. Rahm and some of the bigger names, they went on a hiatus. They got a boatload of money, and now they're coming back to the PGA where they're going to make a boatload of money. depending on the pennants and what they have to do, I think if you went and joined Live, you made yourself a ton of money. Now, I'm actually interested if all those contracts are paid. Because, Colin, the story here in story number 1, the 5 at 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union, the Live Tour owes multiple vendors money.
That's a good question.
I wonder if those players are seeing all of the money from those contracts.
That's a good point. Now, a lot of those contracts are coming up. You know, Koepka's contract expired. I think DeChambeau is like another year. I think Rahm's is coming up next year. Who knows? But that's a good point. I do wonder if they're making good on the payments that not only wooed these guys over, but a lot of that was up front. But does that give them any better right if they've made $70 million instead of the $100 they were promised to walk back into the PGA like nothing happened? I don't know what the best solution is, but I do know the PGA Tour golfers will be pissed if they don't have to spend a hefty fine and then have to sort of play their way back into the limelight. You do those two things, I think ultimately everybody will get over it. You can't just place them back in the fold and let them be the same as everybody else immediately, because then all of a sudden the guy who wanted to stick it out with the PGA and makes $300,000 on an event instead of $10 million, he gets pissed. And he has every right to be.
Let's do number 2.
Number 2.
It's a 5 at 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union. Von Miller says that if the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, it would be different than any other experiences. He had winning, obviously, Colin, he won.
With Denver.
He had winning one, and I completely botched it. Which cities would rank the highest, Colin, in terms of winning a Super Bowl? Von Miller is saying the Dallas one would mean a lot.
Number 1 is Buffalo. I would actually agree with him, and number 2 is probably Dallas.
I think the Jets, Colin.
Yeah, if you asked me 3 months ago, I would probably say New York, but New York just got the Knicks. It's one thing.
But I understand that the city got a championship, but I feel like with the Jets, they haven't won since Joe Namath. Now, I selfishly put the Browns on there. That city would literally burn to the ground.
Cleveland, it's been 10 years since they won one, and the Browns are a historic franchise that, in a lot of ways, is the lifeblood of that city. That would be a huge one as well. That's definitely top 5. It would not be top 1 or 2. I would say, I think Buffalo's number 1. You agree with that?
Yeah, Colin, the 90s, they have Josh Allen, they have all the pieces.
It's the only thing they got there outside of the Sabres.
I also think the Chicago Bears would be a sneaky good one, dude.
Yeah,
the Bears
no doubt.
Haven't won
1985.
Since, Mike Ditka and the Bears.
And you're thinking about the Caleb Haney games last time they were really there with Jay Cutler. But that's another good one. If we're going to put a 5 together, Dallas, in terms of cities that would appreciate the Super Bowls the most.
So Buffalo, Dallas.
I would throw Cleveland in there, no problem.
The Browns at 3.
Yeah, I think give or take.
Jets. You don't want to put the Jets.
So you're putting
on there.
franchise above the city there.
I am, dude. I am, man. I just, dude. The Jets they're so far away from it too.
I'll put one that should be ahead of the Jets. Minnesota.
Okay, go. God. Well, dude, what was it, Colin? The 80s teams with
Minnesota, Tarkenton, Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah, thank you.
They had the year with Favre where they got screwed out of the game in late in 2001.
Colin, a couple keep coming up. I think the Lions. That'd be a big deal. Lions winning the Super Bowl would be a massive deal.
Good one. I would say those 5. I think you hit it. I think Cleveland, Minnesota, Detroit, Dallas, and Buffalo. In no order.
Hang on. I think there's a big one that we could be positive. Dude, the Dolphins. The Dolphins, dude.
Let me ask you this. Let me follow that with a question. I agree. Let me ask you a question with that.
Okay.
Would the Dolphins winning a title be the biggest amongst the major sports that they have?
Dude, I'm told the Dolphins, and listen, the Heat are the transplant team, right? Like, someone like myself and Evan Cohen and Steve Politziner, who didn't grow up here, and adopted them. I think the Dolphins, for the actual South Florida natives, Colin.
That's the old-timer team. There's no doubt, because it's the 70s.
I think that's the one team everyone agrees on, because I do. I love the Florida Panthers. I know some Tampa Bay Lightning fans that are down here because the Lightning came before the Panthers.
The one thing about it is if you live in South Florida and you're not a born and raised Dolphin fan, you're not going to pick up on the saddle and run with them, right? Because NFL teams, it's a little too... It's too easy to watch your respective games, only 17 games a year. Mike can be down here, and you might root for the Dolphins in some loose term, but you're still a Browns fan. It's not like
gosh,
you're
not even close.
You're coming down here and becoming a Heat fan because of the local nature of it. You don't necessarily get that with football nearly as much as you might with hockey, the Florida Panthers, even the Marlins comparatively when they got 162 games versus 17. Does that make sense?
It does. I think the Dolphins and the Canes are probably the biggest thing.
Who are you taking? The Dolphins. You're fine. You want to put the Miami in there? Who are you taking out?
I think the Canes belong in.
Fine. You're putting the Dolphins in there. Who are you taking out? Detroit, Minnesota, Cleveland, Dallas, or Buffalo?
Detroit, Minnesota,
Cleveland, Dallas, and Buffalo.
Dude,
I'm not taking out any of them.
Dallas has 5.
I know, true.
They got 5.
True.
Dude. Like
You're
I
not
know,
wrong
dude.
there.
We're putting them there because they're spoiled brats.
Texas
Cowboy
won one
fan,
in 2023.
Listen, I don't hate a Cowboy fan. I like Jerry Jones a lot. The only reason the Cowboys are in there is because of the fan base and their expectations every year. Like teams that actually I think would mean the most if they won a Super Bowl. I think those other teams clear it because it's been either A, it's been so long, or B, they've never even sniffed a Super Bowl.
There's one thing about it, though. Dallas transcends where not just the Texas-Dallas metro area. It transcends to further beyond that. It's a worldwide fan base. Probably the biggest brand in the NFL outside, probably, period.
It is the biggest brand in the NFL.
So it's the biggest brand in the NFL. It's probably got the most
world.
fans, in different weird spots. We know Cowboy fans down here, Joe and Jupiter being one of them. I would not take them off, but I do understand with the amount of success that they have had. Now, it's been 30 years. I would understand your argument that the franchise has had enough success to suffice. But I mean, how can you make that? How can you not make that argument with the Browns, who did it in the 50s and 60s? Does that matter? Like, where do we draw the line?
Where
do we draw
6 NFL championships?
Yeah, where do you draw the line?
6 NFL championships, haven't sniffed a Super Bowl since the Super Bowl era. Let's do number 3.
Number 3.
Mike Golick Jr., who you could hear here on ESPN West Palm weekdays, 10 a.m. to noon on ESPN 106.3, shares an interesting food creation from high school. It is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a honey bun in between. Colin, would you give it a try?
Not a peanut butter guy. Mike knows this. Keep me away from peanut butter. Too overpowering of a taste, of a flavor, and it is something that was not born and raised in the household of the Russos, and therefore I do not have it's sort of like an acquired taste. Don't have it, won't take it, won't do it. No peanut butter for me, so I'm out on this.
Peanut butter jelly sandwich is an elite sandwich. I question everything that was going on in the Russo household from about 2002 to 2020.
That's fair, but still.
Kyle, trolling aside, brother, I don't think I'm putting a honey bun in between my peanut butter and jelly. I got to keep it a buck here.
That's gluttonous.
I got to keep it a buck here. That is like that's diabetes in a sandwich. You know what I mean? Am I wrong on that, brother? Like peanut butter. Listen, it's good sugar, but like a lot of sugar in peanut butter. Jelly, there's a lot of sugar in jelly. And then you throw a honey bun in there, and then, Colin, the starch from the bread, and now you're throwing a honey bun in that mix? I don't know, man. I don't think I'd try it. Honey buns are all right. Have you ever had a honey bun?
I have had a honey bun before. Yeah, they're not bad.
They're not bad. It's not my first choice. I told you, like, I'm a psycho, I feel like, with sandwiches. My Subway, and listen, shout out Subway. Growing up and in high school, the boys and I, we'd get the footlongs. They were cheap. At times, they're like $5. We'd get it before practice or whatever, after practice. Dude, I would put chips on my Subway sandwich, and my friends thought I was a nut. I'd put like Doritos.
No problem with that.
I would put like a full bag of Doritos from Subway. I'd scatter it across the 12-inch sandwich, and my friends would think I was a maniac for that. So that's, I guess, the best thing I got for you here. I also don't mind ketchup with like regular potato chips. I'm a bit of a psycho for that, ketchup and potato chips. But like, dude, I'm good on the honey bun and the peanut butter and jelly. I gotta be honest here. Do you have a weird quirk? Do you have a weird mixture?
Dude, I'm big chips in the sandwich too. Always have been. No problem there. Weird mixes.
I like mayo and fries, man. That I love Hellman's, man. Dude, regular like Hellman's mayonnaise. Now, Miracle Whip is a waste of time. My mother ruined Miracle Whip for all of the Rizzo kids. God, it is disgusting. But regular mayo, brother, sign me up. Dude, French fries with mayo, chicken tendies with mayo. burgers with mayo. The only thing I really won't put mayo on is a hot dog. Mustard only belongs on a hot dog, with and that's it.
Jeez. I don't do the mayo with the French fries.
With the fries.
I understand the Miracle Whip, but no, I don't know. God. Outside of the chips one, I don't know if I do have a weird. I haven't thought of that. But no, I'm pretty straightforward, I think, with my food. Food, I eat to, satisfy my hunger. A lot of the times, I eat the same thing every day. A lot of the times, it's not necessarily with the, I don't care. It doesn't need to be perfect.
You're not eating for sport.
No, you can make the argument, yeah, you can't. You are eating.
You're eating to get nutrition.
There
you're
you
not
go.
eating for sport.
Chore.
That's exactly what
eating
it is.
at a chore.
Yeah. Now, another elite combo I like doing. Pretzels with M&Ms, bro. You throw a couple pretzels in your mouth, throw a handful of M&Ms. You get the salty and the sweet. And another salty and sweet combo that people think I'm a maniac for. Granted, I didn't do this when we went and saw The Odyssey because Colin and I went at 11, and I wasn't going to, eat 3,000 calories at 11 o'clock in the afternoon when I still had to work out and stuff. But, dude, buttercorn, and then you throw a handful of buttercorn, get a couple of chomps in, and then while you have the corn still in your mouth, you do a blue icy slurp, and you get that. Oh, dude, delicious. You get the sweetness from the blue icy, and you have the saltiness from the popcorn, man. Is that too much?
Let's move on. Number 4.
Number 4.
South Carolina quarterback Lenora Sellers, who graduates in December, doesn't have any classes this semester, only an internship at a local driving range. How much issue is it? Kyle, how much of an issue is this for college athletics? Spit it out, kid. Internship and stuff like
Carson, first of all, that's an elite internship for a college athlete. If you're going to be somebody like Lenora Sellers, who's just going to hang out at the driving range for 2 hours a week and call it a day, that's pretty great. Carson Beck didn't go to school when he was here. Joe Burrow, or when he was in Miami. Joe Burrow didn't go to school when he was at LSU. This is what happens. And I believe Sellers is a smart kid. I believe he finished his classes early. But now you're in a situation where you're done with academics. Now you're focusing fully on athletics. This is what it is. These guys are professional athletes. It's student-athlete days. It might be a thing for a lot of other sports, but with college football, especially draft prospects, that does not exist. These guys are paid athletes. Professional, essentially, athletes. They take classes, great. Go get your degree. I completely agree. I'm completely in favor of it. It's worth it. But if they don't, I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, you got to do that, because they're getting paid millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars to play the sport. Professional. That's the bottom line.
Colin, there are I saw an Instagram post. There are players from 2019 that were their first year in college are going to be playing college football this year.
Yeah. This is
2019.
Medical
Colin,
exemptions.
7 years.
Yeah.
It was 7 years ago. And then even 2020, move on, bro. Move on. 2026, 2019 and 2020. Colin, what were you doing in 2019? Were you in college yet?
No. I was a junior in high school.
Unbelievable, bro. Time to move on, right? Listen, I understand trying to take advantage of finances and making money and all that, but 2019, that is an utter joke. Lenora Sellers, do you think he should have went to the NFL? That's the question. Should he have tried to go to the NFL? He had a horrible year last year. I mean, South Carolina in general had a bad year. I actually don't mind Lenora Sellers going back to school and trying to get it with Beamer. Beamer's coaching for his job in South Carolina after that, disastrous season. I don't have an issue with it. I have an issue with kids that have eligibility from 2019 and 2020 still playing college football. Let's do number 5.
Number 5.
The Athletic asked around and put together college football coaching tiers. Here we go. Kirby Smart and Kurt Cignetti are the only two placed in Tier 1. How many guys should be in Tier 1?
At least 3. Probably stuck at 3. You can make the argument about Dabo. You got to think about body of work. Dabo's had a bad couple of years, but he's been an excellent coach, been to a number of championship games. He's won 2 of them. You can make the argument that Dabo should be there. I would say the top 3 are Kirby, Cignetti, and Day because they have won titles, and nobody else can say that outside of Dabo.
We got to get to Steve Pollitt Sr. on the other side of things. But Colin, I don't understand how people rate Cignetti over Day. But it is what it is, man. Bigger body of work for Day. Signetti has been great over the last 2 years. He's been in Indiana and even back at the JMU days. But the fact that they have Signetti over Day in Tier 2, I hope Day and the Buckeyes are using that as fuel. But like I said, that was the 5 and 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union.
Elias Bustamante, Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Steve Palazzino, the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, joining us next on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most, getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation, 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hey everybody, it's Cade Chumsland. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be awarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Okay, here's the deal. You gotta get up, shower, get dressed, then get in the car, but there's a sausage McMuffin with egg meal, with crispy hash browns and small McCafe coffee waiting for you at McDonald's for just $5. Did I mention you can now choose hot or iced coffee? I knew you could do it. McDonald's, your morning, handled. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time only. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing. Some people are embarrassed to admit they like saving money. Not me. I'm a fan of saving, and a fan of McDonald's. And while everything else keeps going up, nothing hits better than ordering the Big Mac meal. Crispy medium fries, ice-cold Coca-Cola, $8. It's delicious, it fills me up, and honestly, I'm proud of it. Big Mac meal, $8, only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time only. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing. Coca-Cola is a registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
There's nothing like financial stability and going to the right direction financially, especially if you need financial advice, loans, anything of that matter. That's where Flagler Credit Union can step in and help you out.
Absolutely. And if you're someone like me who's just trying to hit their financial goals, being able to pay for rent on time, being able to, maybe budget out some early Christmas gifts. I'm in Fort Lauderdale at Chase Stadium. I'm calling the game tonight. And I'm looking at those Senti jerseys, man. I'm looking at those brand new Inter Miami jerseys that I could get for Christmas gifts for my family. And the ones helping me, buy expensive jerseys like that and budget things out is Flagler Credit Union. Folks, Flagler Credit Union, you all know that local name. When I came down here, I needed a bank. I went with the local name, Flagler Credit Union. They are the official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics. And you can find more information by going to flaglercu.org. That's flaglercu.org. They got 4 convenient locations across Palm Beach County. Go to the one that suits you. Flagler Credit Union, changing the game down here in South Florida. And it is now time, Kyle, to bring in Uncle Steve Politziner.
You might know him as the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, or the Orange Bowl committee member, or the National Championship host committee member, or the Palm Beach Gardens Youth Athletic Association vice president, or the founder of the Boca Bowl. It is Steve Politziner with us now. Steve, how are you? What's going on?
Nice job. Almost totally accurate. Founder of the Boca Bowl is not accurate, but the rest of them were pretty good.
Steve, how you doing today? What's going on? Anything interesting? Or golf tournaments? So this time of year, what has Steve Politziner been up to the last couple of weeks?
Steve Politziner is in New York today for business. And I'm also at the same time trying to log into the ESPN West Palm Fantasy Football Draft. Are you guys not in that?
Steve, they're drafting when we're on the show. First of all, not very considerate.
No, what kind of draft starts at 5:15?
You're 15 minutes late to the draft?
No, I mean, who starts a fantasy draft at 5 o'clock? Is it like the early bird special?
I tend to agree.
Now, Steve, I am that guy, Uncle Steve. I only do one fantasy league. I'm that guy. I put my foot down. Years ago, I was in like 10, 12. It was just too much. It came to the point that I do my childhood one that I've had with my brother and my friends that's about, 300 Imperial credits too much. So I just have my one in all these leagues. I'm a bit of a phony for that.
No, I mean, I actually am impressed with your discipline. I'm in far too many.
Yeah.
And I think it waters down my effort and my ability to focus. So I applaud you for doing it. Or it means you have no friends. But let's go with the first one.
Steve, you don't have an old timers one that you've done for 10 plus years, 10, 15 years?
I do. I have four of those, dude. I'm old. You know how long I've been doing fantasy? I've been doing fantasy since before they were, forget about ESPN.com. I go all the way back to when there were the early days of fantasy magazines. I started fantasy in fantasy baseball, which is where it all started. I would save the USA Today, the last day of the year after the baseball season ended. I would save the 2 days where you would, and because I would then have to create a system. This was before ESPN.com, before magazines, and I would create a system with my dad and say, all right, 10 to 15 home runs, they get X points, 16 to 25 X points, and we would then build our rankings. It's so easy today, and in a way, it almost makes it a little less fun because that's how you really, really now it's how you really create a differentiation. Now you bring something out and you say, all right, do I want rank number 11 or number 12? Or, let me print my sleeper list. And no doubt it makes it a lot easier to prepare, but I do think a little something is lost in the analytics that we all used to do and kind of be amateur GMs.
To that point, Colin, my dad and his buddies, they used to do the newspaper for that. They used to use the newspaper box scores to distinguish the scores and all that. Now, we got computers. I got live time. Uncle Steve, on the ESPN app that you could download, I get the notifications when one of my guys hits a home run. That's how far we've come.
I've been the commissioner of many leagues. In college, I was the commissioner of my fraternity league. I had to wait until this is the early days of ESPN.com, and you almost still didn't even believe it. Like the internet was still like, let me just wait till the box score comes out. We could not finalize until Wednesday. I needed the Wednesday USA Today to have the Monday Night Football box score to be able to finalize. My goal was to have it printed out by dinner on Wednesday so you could see actually who won and who lost based on the printed box scores. I know this is very old man. We climbed up the hill to school both ways and, 10 feet of snow, but those were the efforts that you used to have to make to manage your fantasy teams.
That's Steve Politziner, the Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, president of Good Karma Brands, joining us now. Steve, is there any sort of old-timer still nuance or routine that you still have in terms of checking games, checking scores with fantasy that you still do that is a little outdated, but you do still for the novelty?
I am a big box score guy. I still like to look over box scores now, not really in print, but I like to review every box score of every NFL game. I don't mean, 7 minutes per game, but, the passing, rushing, receiving. I just done with my own eyes just to see if there's anything I see, and we'll make a list. And then we'll go, and look up the free agents. I'm just always, this is if I have time. I just always go to, all right, who are the best week? Who are the free agents? Just see, because isn't that why we got into it in the first place? So I like to keep a little bit of the shred of that. Maybe I'll find someone that somebody else didn't see.
There's a great email that I get every single day that is basically just a giant league-wide box score for the MLB that I get, and it has all the the batting average leaders, home run leaders, RBIs, stolen bases, wins, ERA, National League standings, where they stand per league, what's the differential, home and away, streak, who they just beat, yesterday's results. I have one of those, and I get it via email, so it's not as pretty as it could be. It's basically a newspaper in the form of email, but it's old school in how it's formatted. That I take, I like going through every morning. That's a lot of fun. That's only for baseball. For football, you watch the games, you go through the games, you review all that stuff. But in terms of the old school nature of it, I still look at essentially a old school newspaper box score breakdown, but via email, if that counts.
Yeah, I like that. I'd like to see that.
I'll send you the link. You can subscribe to it. It's great.
You need to send that to me.
So I'm in too many leagues. They're mostly managed by my kids at this point. But I do think it's fun, and the reason I do them is it just kind of keeps you aware of players and maybe teams you wouldn't watch regularly. So I like all those aspects.
And Steve, I'm curious, we're on the topic of baseball really quick. I want to get your thoughts here. I don't know how much you've been following what's going on with the Dodgers owner, Mark Walter, or one of the owners of the assets management company that owns the Dodgers in Guggenheim. But Mark Walter, who is the owner of the Lakers, he owns Chelsea in the Premier League. He's this big sports empire mogul, and he's panic selling all these different sports assets he has to pay off loans that he has not paid back and he's now being investigated for, which have been tied to why the Dodgers have so much money, especially on their media rights deal. Have you followed this story at all? Do you know what's going on? And if so, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, of course I have. And actually, I would direct everybody, if you want a great understanding of this when it first happened, was listen to the Hoop Collective Emergency Podcast, where Brian Windhorst and Ramona Shelbourne, who covers the Lakers, went deep on this right when the news broke. More has come out since. But about Walter, sounds like a fascinatingly brilliant guy, maybe a risk taker, or I don't want to speculate on what improprieties have happened, but there's no doubt that he needs liquidity. And I don't think anyone drew up that he would be buying the Lakers and selling them within 10 months. And kind of maybe a perfect scenario for the NBA, because they had other buyers vetted who were interested in Vegas and have been interested in other teams. And, they may be able to sidestep whatever happens. I think the interesting thing will be, I don't know where this goes, but what does this mean with the Dodgers? Not only with Walter and the Dodgers, we already know that the Dodgers are kind of the poster child right now for baseball's problems in terms of the inequity between teams and the payment setup that they have that is definitely going to play out in the offseason with what's likely going to be an impending lockout. So Walter's right in the middle of all of this.
Yeah, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. No innocent person has to pay back $7 billion in 90 days and trying to liquidate all of his assets. You can't tell me. And another thing, as you said, it's hard to take into consideration all the reporting that went on and all the side taking that went on amongst reporters in baseball talking about, well, the Dodgers can do it, anybody can do it. Well, Tarek Skubal, the first hold on, anybody could have done this. Anybody could pay this type of money, pay these type of assets. Now it's coming out that potentially not everybody can do it, and there might be something shady going on behind the scenes. And this is all still being investigated, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's a lot of smoke with that owner and that specific instance with what's going on with Los Angeles. Bottom line, I think this just adds to the fuel, Steve, of need a cap, need a floor. You solve a lot of these issues, cap and a floor. Simple.
this Walter thing to me creates like an additional complication, to it. I wish it wasn't there because baseball already is going to have. So let me ask you this question. Are you rooting for do you think that if you love baseball and you want to preserve baseball's future, are you rooting for the Dodgers to win the World Series or against the Dodgers to win the World Series this year?
And I don't even know if we might be at the point where we're going to get one anyway. I'm thoroughly rooting for the Dodgers to win this year for the future of baseball that includes a cap and a floor.
Yes, I'm with you. It's really hard to root for them because I feel like it's so inequitable. But I'm with you. You really almost need it because anything. I mean, if the Dodgers don't make it far, then it's like, look, hey, we had all this money to spend.
We need the Brewers.
We need the
Brewers, the Rays, and we need the Brewers and the Rays to lose early. That's what we need. We can't have them win.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you, Colin. It's just so hard in baseball because it is not always the best team. It's the team that gets out at the right time. For example, the Dodgers have 8 or 9 starters that could legitimately be in their postseason rotation. They may just not choose the right 3 or 4.
Mike, you're on the other side of this, though, right?
You're already here,
guys.
Not rooting for it? You guys are nuts. If you don't think it's going to be a cap and a floor already after Tarek Skubal went to the Dodgers already winning back-to-back, the deferred contract nonsense, we're already here. I will never root for the Dodgers. The Dodgers, and listen, the New York fan knows I love them, but the Dodgers are the Yankees of the past when they were three-peating and consistently going to the World Series. I mean, you can't root for that. I'm not rooting for that. From someone who's probably not going to have a team in the playoffs this year, I'll hitch the wagon to the Cubs, I'll hitch the wagon to the Rays, and we'll just take it from there.
Wow. Now, you're telling me, Mike, if the Rays all of a sudden make a big run, let's say the Brewers knock off the Dodgers, 2 small money teams, that's going to be the Players Association pointing at those 2 teams saying, hey, look, big money doesn't equal wins. You don't think there's anything to that?
No, because there's about 5 teams in the MLB that spend, and the other teams are nickel and diming and treating it like it's, an actual business, like a bottom-end business. Like, I get it. Some of these teams, some of these owners don't have the money that the other owners have. But my pushback is then sell the team. Sell it to somebody that actually wants to put into the team, put into the community, and they get butts and seats. And then listen, I hate to pick on the Marlins and the Indians, but those are the 2 teams you look at. I mean, why would people go out and support it when you're penny pinching and what's the overall budget of the team? It's a joke. It's embarrassing comparatively to the top 5 in the MLB. It's time to get a cap. It's time to get a floor. It's time to get the owners to spend some money on the team. Can you imagine what some of these front offices can do for these back-end teams as well? Like the Rays, even the Rays. Like, imagine what the Rays can do with the floor. They're in it every year. Imagine what the Indians can do with the floor. The Brewers. That's my pushback to this. We're already here, boys. We need to wake up and smell the flowers. Screw the Dodgers. I can't watch them win.
Steve?
Yeah, it's hard to do it. I agree. I don't enjoy it, but if you like baseball long-term, Riz, if you like baseball long-term, you might have to endure some short-term pain. I mean, it should actually be you more than me. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm probably closer to being like the Dodgers. It just hasn't worked out. If you're a Guardians fan, you want teams to be able to sign people for $300-400 million, pay them down the road, and be able to load up the way the Dodgers are loading up right now?
We're here already, though, Steve. My pushback is they don't, even if the Cubs beat the Dodgers and someone else wins the World Series, we're already going to get a cap and a floor in my eyes. And so for that reason, I'm not going to root for the Dodgers to three-peat. I'm not going to do that.
And the one thing I'll add before we get back to Steve is if the players are going to come out and say, well, anybody can do what the Dodgers do, anybody can do what the Dodgers do, and if more comes out about the shady business dealings of the owner and potentially how the Dodgers are funding all these deferred contracts and all the rulings that they have with the escrow accounts and the media rights deal, which they make $340 million per year, by the way, and they're operating in debt. And it's the ones who are taking the debt, you guessed it, the ownership group. But neither here nor there, a bunch of financial talk. If they're going to point and say, well, anybody can be the Dodgers, and if the Dodgers are doing something shady, then you can't say that anymore. Loses a little bit of a bargaining chip. But nonetheless, Steve Politziner with us. Steve, what's going on with Duffy's?
Oh, Duffy's. You know what? I actually ate at Duffy's last night. Duffy's on Village Boulevard. It was absolutely delicious. In fact, I'm going to do a live read right now. I had the full rack ribs, which were absolutely, tremendous. One of my kids had the smash burger. The other kid had I think it's called the All-American burger. And then my wife had a salad with shrimp and bacon. It looked absolutely delicious. That is what I call an authentic, real Duffy's experience. Perfect for lunch, grabbing a bite during the game, or when you just want something satisfying without overthinking. In fact, not getting graphic, but we went to the restroom before to wash our hands. And my one son said to me, "Dad, there's even TVs here." You don't miss a second of the action when you go to Duffy's. Great food, cold drinks, wall-to-wall sports. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Steve, as good as ever. We appreciate it as always. Looking forward to talking again next week.
Thanks, guys.
Steve Politzino, the Good Karma Brands president, Palm Beach Sports Commission Hall of Famer, founder of the Boca Bowl, amongst many others. Elias Bustamante, Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo close out the program next. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University's championship athletic program now has 31 national championships, including the 4th straight men's lacrosse title and a red banner for the women's tennis squad. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
At Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, combine a day at the fair and the ballpark on Saturday, August 22nd for County Fair Night, presented by the South Florida Fair. There will be a petting zoo, inflatables, carnival games, raffle prizes, and plenty of food and drink specials for the whole family to enjoy. It's also another Frozen Iguanas game and Code Ninjas Kids Club Saturday. Stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your tickets today.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey, it's Tina. Looking for the perfect family getaway without leaving paradise? Treat your crew to the family retreat package at O Resort and Spa in Palm Beach. Enjoy daily breakfast for up to 5 guests, complimentary kids and teen club access, non-motorized water sports, daily valet, and even a late 2 p.m. checkout so you can soak up every last minute together. Create unforgettable memories right here in Palm Beach. Visit eauresortandspa.com to book your family retreat today. Terms and conditions apply.
Big summer flavor is waiting at DQ Grill & Chill. Right now, enjoy the perfect $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips, fries, medium drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And for $2 more, you can upgrade to the new DQ Blizzard of the Month. Nestle drumstick with peanuts. Bite into choco-covered drumstick pieces, plus peanuts blended into DQ's world-famous soft serve. It's the perfect crunchy and creamy treat all in one. And it's only at DQ Grill & Chill, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
Yeah, God forbid, you're driving home from work, get caught in a little bit of a fender bender, and all of a sudden you drive down 95, you see all those different options that you have for accident attorneys. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is only one great, best option here in South Florida. That is none other than Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Go check them out today because Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine got your back no matter what. They cover car accidents. They cover truck accidents. They cover slip and falls. They go side by side, and they make sure that you get paid because they don't even get paid unless you do. You know they're going to fight for you, and I know they're going to fight for you amongst the best in South Florida. They sponsor the End Zone at Hard Rock Stadium when the Miami Hurricanes are scoring touchdowns during the college season, and you can see them all over the place in South Florida for good reason. They are the best you can get. They are the best money can buy. Go get them today. That is Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine with Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Take a call today and take back control of your life. That's 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Elias Busamente. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Let's make a couple bets. Let's blitz the book with our friends at Hard Rock Bet.
Send some heat. Pin your ears back. It's time to blitz the book. Presented by Hard Rock Bet.
Mike, you can download that Hard Rock Bet app today. You can bet just about anything, can you?
You can, and you could take Inter Miami tonight on the road. You know, they're playing the red-hot Philadelphia Union on a 4-game win streak in the MLS. But Lionel Messi going to be in the starting lineup. Rumors that Herman Berterame could possibly be coming back tonight as well. If you're hot on Inter Miami, download the Hard Rock Bet app and take advantage of it today. All the new gamblers out there as well. Say you're visiting South Florida and you want to sprinkle a little action. Download the Hard Rock Bet app, deposit $5. Bet that $5 on a game. If it wins, you get $150 in bonus bets. That's Hard Rock Bet, offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you're a friend and concerned about gambling, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
All right, Mike, what are you hot on today in terms of World Series winners, pennant winners? Is there an award you're interested in? MVP, Pete Crow Armstrong is actually the favorite in the NL at minus 165. Shohei's plus 120. I'm actually going to take Shohei on this plus 120.
Might as well. Plus odds. I mean, out of those two, let's take the ones with the plus odds. And if it's Ohtani, let's do it that way. Even though I still think it's Pete Crows to lose, but I'll take the plus odds any day.
And how about this? Let's do pennant winners. American League winner. Yankees are plus 300. Rays are plus 325. Boston is plus 600. That's the one I'm actually going to ride with is Boston at plus 600.
Even though they've been slumping a little bit, you're
still
going to believe.
Yeah, they played better the last 2 days. They had a good win yesterday over Arizona. They played a little better recently, but yes, I do. I will bet Boston.
Quickly, I cannot bet on the Yankees. A New York fan, you know I love you, but I can't bet on the Yankees with the injuries they have in their lineup.
Your
right
Cubs
now.
Are plus 600 to win the pennant.
My Cubbies. Yeah. Plus 600. Let's take it. Colin, I told you, I don't think the Dodgers are coming out of the NL this year. I think they're going to get beat. They're going to get beat either by the Cubbies. Don't sleep on the Padres.
You're rooting for a longer strike. You're rooting for a longer strike.
No, I'm not. We're already there. I can't believe you guys don't think we're already
Mike,
there.
It's all about leverage. It's all about what happened recently, and we need more of what happened recently.
I just do and you mentioned with Uncle C, we had Steve Politano, Good Karma Brands president, on earlier. We talked to him about the Dodgers. Like you mentioned the owner too. That owner might be, a phony. So I think we might already be there. I'm good. Give me Pete Crow and the Cubbies, who've bought every pitcher at the deadline as well.
Yeah, I'm down on that. Well,
if anything, the Brewers could beat them.
No, I don't need the Brewers. No, Mike, again, the Brewers is the win for the players. We don't need the win for the players. And you think this is all but done. This is not all but done.
It's done.
Brewers make a World Series run. Oh, this could be a long strike, my friend. Long strike.
Done and dusted.
You can't have small money win. You cannot have small money win the World Series. Can't happen. It's not going to happen.
It's going to be a fun postseason, and I'm going to enjoy it because I don't know the next time I'm going to get a postseason in that sense. So, how long is? And by the way, that was Blitz the Book with Hard Rock Bet. Colin, what were our bets? We're taking Shohei to win the MVP.
Shohei to win the MVP. I'm going to take Boston to win the AL, and you're taking Shohei as well, but you're taking the Cubs to win the NL.
Cubbies to win the NL, yeah. And listen, you want odds. When you're betting with our good friends at Hard Rock Bet, download the app today. You want the best odds and the best chance. Now, Colin, how long is that strike going to last, dude? How long is that strike? Because we're not playing
What would you put the over-under win games played next year at? What would you do it? Would you do right in the middle, 80.5?
100.
Yeah, 100.5. Over or under?
I think... You think 90? Actually,
I'm actually going to go with
90.
under. I think the over-under is about halfway through the season. I think they'll just hit halfway or just over half.
Let me say 90. I think 90.5 is probably the number.
And you take the over, or would you take the under there on the amount of games played?
Would take the under.
Wow. Jeez.
After the All-Star break, you think?
That'd be a good time to start. July 4th,
Right.
first day of baseball. That'd be fun.
Post All-Star break.
You wouldn't have an All-Star break, but yes.
Oh, sorry. Post when the theoretical All-Star break would have been.
Yeah,
How
July.
about
If they can figure it out and start July 4th, are we complaining? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know
Hey,
we
with
don't
a
talk
salary
a lot,
cap and a floor.
we don't talk a lot of baseball as it is, Colin, but I just worry about what the hell am I going to do? What am I going to watch?
That's a good point.
You have the NBA playoffs, thankfully, but after that, brother, I mean, dude, a month and a half after that.
Not pretty. Stay tuned after this. You're going to have a little Pink Smoke with Mike Rizzo leading you up until Philadelphia Inter Miami, which is coming up tonight, 7:30. Stay tuned to ESPN West Palm FC. Also right here on ESPN 106.3. If you want to listen on the Spanish side, go to Deportes Radio 760 AM. Big thanks to Elias Bustamante keeping us up over the airwaves today. If you missed any of the program, go listen back on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, all those great places. It is fantasy draft season for some people in the office. Going to go see what godforsaken picks they have made. I don't have my fantasy draft for another couple weeks. Nonetheless, that's Mike. I'm Colin. That's Elias. It is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or